No, you're fine.
It feels so clean and
That's a good
yes,
shampoo and
yes.
wash. I don't know. I eat them first. Sometimes, speaking of inflammation, certain foods I eat will flare me up real bad.
Like, you notice like maybe like greasy foods,
Starches. Like for a while, I didn't eat any bread. I was barely eating rice. I had started eating brown rice. What else? It was just a lot of stuff I stayed away from, or I had to, because it was like an instant thing, and it like messes with my breathing.
Oh.
And then it'll get to the point where, I start getting a little swollen or feeling swollen, or because of the restricted breathing, my like stomach area would expand. Yeah, it was a mess.
I've noticed that too now that I don't eat bread as much. Like my stomach, I was like, I guess maybe with the gluten maybe that's in bread. And I guess I didn't realize, I've never did I've always said I wanted to do one of those tests to see like your allergies and what you're allergic to. I've never did one of those, but I've noticed like now that I don't eat bread, like I noticed when I did eat bread, like how much bad my stomach and stuff would bother me. Like you get that, like your stomach is blown, like swelling.
Yeah.
And I guess I always assumed it was like the gluten and all of that stuff that was.
Because I remember when like the whole gluten-free thing started, I was just like, what? Where'd this come from? Then why is it in the foods if it's causing so much of an issue? You know, that type of thing. I didn't know what the hell gluten was.
Right.
Until it was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, you might have a gluten allergy. You might this. I'm like, well, how long y'all been putting gluten in foods anyway? So.
Yeah. And that's my assumption. I don't know. You know, that's me over here.
Yeah, I had a friend, she went completely gluten-free for like maybe 2 years. So the other day I saw her eating, so I said, wait, you eating regular bread or eating a sandwich or something. So I guess, I don't know if it made such a big impact or difference. She just not on it.
She is not
anymore.
But I've noticed with not eating as much bread, I've had less stomach issues, digestive issues, not eating as much bread. And the other thing I cut back was dairy. So I've noticed I've not had as many stomach issues with dairy. I can't, I'm lactose intolerant, so I normally just drink almond milk anyway, or use almond milk. I don't just like drink it.
Yeah.
I use almond milk, but I would still do a little cheese here and there. But like now,
that's the hard part.
Yeah,
that cheese.
But now I'm getting to the point where now I can eat my salads and stuff without the cheese, and so, but my stomach is doing a whole lot better without it.
So. And then I saw a video. It was like an Asian lady talking about, "Good morning, y'all."
Good morning.
I was like, we didn't even say nothing. It was a video where I guess it was like an Asian lady. She was saying that the reason why some Asian people don't eat cold salads because it's like although you're eating a salad, it's cold with like all the cold ingredients, and then when it goes into your body, it like shocks your body in some type of way or something like that. So it creates some type of side effect. I'm like, well, damn. Now I gotta go heat my salad up, have some shriveled up lettuce and damn spinach and kale.
I know, right?
So,
yeah. I saw it. Yeah, it's just so many factors that you gotta consider. Stuff that that may be causing you to have issues. And then a lot of times you don't. And I think now that I'm older, I pay attention. I think when you're younger, you just don't be paying attention to your body like that. You just not.
We have to.
Yeah, but you do.
Cause people are like, well, I've been doing this, I've been eating this for all these years. But I'm like, yeah, but then imagine just eating, and then your body's just accumulating, you get to a certain age, and it's like, everything's just going to shit now. Your body's falling apart, your knees cracking every time you go up a step or something like that. You know me? We're just on live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I saw your cold bottle of water. Gallon. Can you pour me some of my cup? Can I borrow some? Oh, you have to drink the whole thing?
Yeah, I drink.
Oh,
damn.
damn.
I drink a gallon a day.
Okay.
I do have some small bottles though. I can fill you up with that.
I only have. Is it cold?
Yeah, it's in my fridge. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I finish this one, I'll come get it. Okay. This is my last one, so I was just like,
good.
I was gonna order some. You're welcome.
It's my breakfast.
Yeah, go ahead. That's my little work friend.
Okay. Okay, I see. I see. Cause you grinning real.
Wow, I'm live right now.
You grinning real hard. But I see what you putting down. I'm picking up what you putting down. I
you
got.
You should have been here yesterday. But I decided to go live. This is Miss T, y'all. This is one of my beautiful, lovely clients.
Hi,
how long has it been? 3 years? 2 years?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years.
October will be 3 years.
Yep. And she actually comes from Dallas.
Yes.
So she doesn't even live here in Houston.
Yep.
I just appreciate her so much, and she has stuck with me her whole time.
Yes.
With her microlock journey. We started them, like we said, about 2.5 years ago. Or so. She comes in like anywhere between like 7 to 8 weeks on average. To get her reties done. But I just love her so much.
And I love you back.
Oh, thank you. You know, I try. So we were just having a certain conversation, which is, I told her it's such a coincidence because I just had a similar conversation with my sister and then I think 2 other clients talking about like our hormones because I can let her know. Okay.
Yes.
Last time I saw her, we just had some certain areas of her hair and I was like, what's going on? You know, it was looking like some of the hair was like breaking off in certain areas. And I always talk about it on my business page, on my lives. I'm just like, sometimes, well, most of the time, when you're experiencing certain types of hair loss and different things, it's always internal, of course. It might not necessarily be anything you're doing. Well, I don't pull my hair back, or I don't do this, I don't do that. But it's internal. You know, it could be your hormones. It could be stress. Stress for sure. Will always be one of the first things to take your hair out. From experience, I have seen that. Like, I literally saw someone, this big patch of her scalp just went completely bald. And whatever happened, ran its course, her hair started to grow back. So many things can have an effect. And unfortunately, our hair is one of the first things to always suffer.
Yes. I will say that, for me, I'm pretty sure stress was playing a factor, could be a factor in it as well. But because I have 2 adult children, and anybody who have adult children, my God, you already know the stress factor there. But I am 50, so I'm going through menopause. And so Abel has always, suggested if you are having some issues with your hair, it's always best to kind of go see a professional, somebody that specializes, like a dermatologist that specializes in, hair loss. And so I actually went to my primary doctor because I wasn't able to get into the dermatologist. So I started with my primary and we checked my hormone levels, and which I already know going through menopause, I was having some hormonal issues. And so when she looked at my scalp, she was like, yeah, from what I'm seeing, she could see where the hair was trying to come back. I was having the fuzz, I was having the baby hairs coming back in. So she's like, I can see it coming back in, but it's due to your hormones and, just hormonal imbalance. And so that's what I'm going through because that wasn't the first patch that she's seen. Like I've had like other patches on my hair, and it's like it's moving around on my head. Like we started with a small patch on the left and it filled in. Then it was on the right and then it filled in. And then it was in this new spot and it's starting to fill in. And we had to combine a couple locks, which I don't be tripping about combining locks.
There's nothing wrong with combining. I don't know why people are so against it. But the health of your hair is the most, or should be, the first priority, the most important thing.
Yes. So we combined some locks in that area, and thankfully, 7 weeks later, the hair is starting to fill back in. My dermatologist appointment is in August. So I'll actually get to go see someone who actually specializes in hair loss so they can, take a deeper look. But just from my primary doctor who deals with, actual hormonal, who deals with my hormones and does all of my blood work, that's what she's seeing right now in terms of what I'm experiencing with the hair thinning. So that's just kind of where I'm at right now. And, it's just hormonal imbalance, and it's not a whole lot, unfortunately, that you can do about that. There is medications and stuff that I could take to try to level out my hormones. So it's just kind of up and down right now. I can't wait to go see the dermatologist so we can kind of see if there's any other thing, any other treatments that we could do along the way that may help while I'm going through this hormonal imbalance. Unfortunately, as women, like I was just telling Abel, I was like, we go through this stuff during childbearing ages. I mean, that childbearing period, and then we have this period where, we no longer have children, and now we're going through menopause, and we have all these other, type of issues that go on. So, luckily for me, the hair is growing, trying to grow back in. It's filling back in. So I am thankful for that.
Good morning, Myra. Tell me about the food part. What could possibly help when you ask the doctor about it? Like what types of food you should start eating or intaking more of?
Oh, the other thing we were talking about with when I did my blood work, she was talking about my cholesterol being high. And so I've recently, probably within the last year or so, I've lost some weight because I've been on a GLP-1 medication. And the medication has really helped with my inflammation. I had really bad inflammation where I'm talking about like pain when you wake up first thing in the morning, just pain. If anybody who's had inflammation issues, you can relate to what kind of goes along when you're inflamed. So with the cholesterol medication, with the cholesterol issue being high, I was like, okay, I'm losing weight, but why is my cholesterol still up? And with that, she was telling me also with menopause, they're seeing studies are showing women with menopause, their cholesterol levels are increasing. So her suggestion with that was to just do more greens, get in more greens, get in more vegetables, do more lean meats, of course not do as many starches, which I'm not a big, or carbohydrates. I don't do a lot of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are in everything that we eat, but you kind of want to do the good carbs, but for the most part you want to stick to just having more of your leafy green vegetables, of course getting in your water, and lean meats like your seafood and your fish and stuff like that. So she was saying that at my levels, they kind of want to start putting people on medication, and I was like, nope, not doing that. So like, what's the next option? So we're looking at just trying to see with changing the diet what that will do. And so I have 3 months, so I have to go back and see her in 3 months and see where my levels are. But yeah, the GLP-1, the medication has definitely helped with the inflammation for sure. The inflammation, and of course losing the pounds. So.
Yeah. And I was telling her I'm actually considering, I mentioned in one of a previous live that I'm actually considering getting back on the weight loss shots, because I had the one I had the best results with initially was the Wegovy, and then I got on the compound, the semaglutide or whatever. But life and stress has caught back up to me, so I've definitely put the weight or some of the weight back on, and I haven't really been as active as I could, and things like that. Good morning, Rock just living. Hello, Coach. What they say? I can't see. Coach Reen, I think.
Coach Reen. Good morning.
Good morning. So yeah, I just need to get my life back together. Me personally.
I have locks and my crown is thinning. I've been using castor oil to try and thicken it, not successfully. And after 11 years, I'm about to cut them. Oh.
Do you ever trim your locks? How long are they? And then also, like we're talking about hormones and stuff, those are the things that are really affecting hair. Some things are hereditary, right? Those are factors I always talk about. Some things are just hereditary. If alopecia runs in your family, Sometimes it might not run in your family, it might just start with you. But then at the end of the day, one thing everybody has in common, because of course we don't live in the same city, the same states, in close proximity to each other, is the foods that we're intaking. Everything we're intaking, like she said, even the air that we're breathing, the pollution. And all of that, everything is affecting us. The different creams, lotions, perfumes, like everything affects, because your skin is I always talk about how people tend to like always cover up their hair, cover up their scalp, always wearing hats, always wearing wigs. You never let your hair breathe, you never let the sun hit it. That your scalp, your skin is a living thing. We're alive. So it's like it needs those nutrients. It needs the vitamin D from the sun. So a lot of people who are experiencing hair loss, hair issues, and things like that, it's like you have to take a step back and say, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I not doing? And then I know a lot of people are like, these days, I see a lot of women also who get, like, let's say injections and certain things. It's a foreign chemical in your body.
Right, yeah, I was gonna say medications, different medications.
Right? That's just another form.
That's another form. Yeah.
Medications, injections, certain. I'm not gonna say the exact ones. Yeah. But certain things that we're injecting into our bodies, it's a foreign chemical. Hell, even with the weight loss shot, that's a foreign chemical in our body. So that is one of the side effects
of the weight loss medications, those GLP-1 medications. Like I'm on compounded tirzepatide, but that is one of the side effects that can happen. Some people have experienced hair thinning.
Yes, I had a client. But after she passed a certain stage, her stuff started fortunately, yes, for her.
Yep.
So there is hair loss. You could, have experienced some hair loss.
You could. They and those side effects are those things that could potentially, because see, not everybody experience all of those side effects. So those are things that could potentially take place if you take those medications. But I know a lot of people who take high blood pressure medications, and those medications can cause thinning, issues with your hair. So it's just various medications that you're on. I struggle with water. Being dehydrated, not getting in enough fluids and stuff. It's just so many things I think sometimes we don't even think about that we're doing that could be potentially causing an issue, with our hair, and we don't think that that's playing a role in it.
Yep.
So
sugar.
Yeah.
My issue. I'm not a stress eater. I'm a drinker. Baby, the burn of an orange Fanta going down my throat when I'm stressed out is just the best satisfaction for me.
I'm in plus size fitness. Coach lost 100 pounds naturally. Went from 312, kept it off. You can do it. Yep. You said.
That's
Coach me. That's how I feel about the weight loss shots. It's a foreign chemical in your body.
Yes.
People get hair thinning and other side effects from the medications, but not everyone gets them. Yep.
And with everybody, some people it's their hair that gets affected. Other people it could be acne. Your face breaking out and hormonal acne and all these types of things. So these are the things or the factors that are causing these reactions, because it's like your body, especially with acne. If you're putting foreign things, we're putting foreign things into our body, it's trying to find a way to come out. Unfortunately, it might be through our skin, through our face. Some people might get it out, but it really depends. Everybody, it's case by case. Everybody is different.
That's what I was gonna say. Like a lot of people have the digestive issues, like with the diarrhea or the vomiting, or just being nauseous. It's like all of the things, different side effects that you could potentially have. But then you have these drugs, but then there's the good side of there's some positive
most definitely
things I think that's a give and take with any drug that you potentially may have to take or need to take. There's a positive side effect to them, because like for me, like I was saying with the inflammation, and just looking back at pictures and looking back at like how swollen and puffy and just dealing with it, I just didn't realize how bad inflammation could do you and make you feel. And that's one of the things that this medication has really helped me on, just like that, just not having that pain being gone. And I think what happens is you don't realize how much you normalize pain when you go through it every day. We normalize, this pain. You're not supposed to experience that like every day. That's not normal. But yeah, and again, when it comes to these types of medications, I always say to each his own. Everybody has to do what's best for them, what's best for their bodies, what's best for their health, their overall health, physically and mentally. Because it's just not a quick fix. With the medication, you have to eat right, you have to work out. It's just not, you just don't take these injections.
I'm telling you, I had a best favorite. Yeah, when I was actually active and going to the gym, you couldn't tell me nothing at all. She said her locks used to be waist length. Okay, and then sometimes the weight of your locks could also be causing issues or thinning, because with them being so heavy, I don't know what size they are, although they might not feel heavy on your head. That's why, like, when I start micro locks, I always talk about the foundation and how important that is. I do, because everybody's scalp is different, everybody's hair is different. So if I see certain areas that are thin, I'm going to make the part accordingly, so I could make sure that lock has a solid or good enough foundation. But after a while, it's just something naturally that happens. Nothing you're doing or not doing. But when your hair grows out that long, just think about it just hanging on your scalp. So that could be causing weight. Although, like I said, you might not be experiencing any pain or anything like that. That could be one of the factors. So the reason I ask is because maybe you can try trimming your locks. That is a thing, y'all. The same way you trim hair, you can trim your locks. I've done it on several clients. You can trim your locks to try to see if that can help or make a difference, or if you notice a difference. But in some cases, if it's already to the point where you have traction alopecia, where the follicles are dead, meaning where it's like smooth, you don't see the little holes in your scalp, unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, no hair is going to come back in those spots because of the overtime damage. It's like it's been just happening for years. Like you said, you had your locks for 11 years. There's no telling how long it's been. So after all that stress, it's like, unfortunately, the follicles are dead and the hair will never grow back in those areas. And I always speak on hair health. Here, baby, like I say, healthy hair is our number one. Number one concern. Yes. So, damn, I lost my train of thought that quick. What did I just say?
Just talking about. I'm sorry. I'm reading these messages, and so I got thrown off.
Okay, go ahead, read it.
I was looking at coach. Yes, coach. Working out. You definitely have to work out with the medications, and I am. I continue to work out. Yes, we do.
And I can definitely, I'm a witness to that one myself. Like I said, I did that.
Yeah, we work out.
And sure. I just need to get back on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I want to get.
It's definitely a tool, but you gotta. I mean, it's not like it just doesn't work by itself. You gotta. Right. You take the medicine, but it's other things that you have to do. You have to make good choices, food choices, and right. It's a tool, but it doesn't do all of the work for you, for sure.
And I know a lot of people have their opinions or against a lot of things. Oh, well, you can do this naturally, or you could do this. Unfortunately, for some people like myself, life, depression, different things get in the way. So I might be like real good and real active, and then when I hit this roadblock, it just becomes. So sometimes some people do need the extra help. They need the extra push. So when it comes to things like that, me personally, I don't get judgmental with what route people choose to go, because, baby, I would too. Lay me down on that table, baby, and deflate me. For real. Like, help me out. Give me a head start. Let me get to this point where I feel comfortable, where I feel confident enough, because in my case too, it affects my confidence at times when I try to put on certain outfits, this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay, well, if I had, let's say, a tummy tuck, I went and got some lipo or something like that, I would feel more confident. That would motivate me more to want to upkeep what I have gotten done,
Yeah.
So everybody's situation is different. To each his own.
Yeah.
I say do what works for you and do what makes you happy, honey.
Absolutely. And what Myra says, she's in Oklahoma, but and have not she hasn't came across a loctician, but would try a trim them.
Okay.
But how much trimming?
Just maybe since your waist length, whatever length you're comfortable with, I would probably say maybe like mid back just to start off. Because I know you're used to having your long locks. You don't have to do anything drastic. Because I know, we get attached to our hair as well. So maybe just a couple inches. I'm not really sure how tall you are or anything like that, how many inches are required. But we'll just say maybe like mid back. Mid back, probably, mid back. I can't say bra strap because everybody bra strap don't sit in the same spot. So baby, I be seeing some people bra straps way up. I'm like, why is it way up there? So we'll just say like mid back. Yeah.
I bet that will, Myra. I bet that would probably give you a lot of relief, or at least I hope it will, dear. I hope it'll give you some relief for sure.
And the things I'm talking about, y'all, is just based on my experience. I've been a cosmetologist for 17 years, and I have come across many clients, men, women. I've had some men coming for consultations about hair loss and what's going on, even men experiencing that type of stuff. The foods and everything is affecting everybody. Because, I just started dating men again. I was just like, I never really paid attention to how many men are actually balding. Like, it's such a thing now, even with men. So it's not just women. We just get affected the most in most cases because of all we have going on, our hormones, like you said, childbearing and menopause and all this other type of stuff. So we get hit harder. But
yeah, most definitely. But men are going, yep. So my brother was just going through it. He had a spotlight, and he's like, what, 35? And he had like a spotlight right in the front of his head, and we were like, my husband was like, boy, what you gonna do? Like, you gonna cut it off, or like, what you gonna do? He was like, no, I'm trying to let it grow. And he sent us a picture, and it's now just starting to grow back in. He said it had to do with getting rid of his crazy girlfriend. That's what he said. But he said it, so basically stress. But it's growing back in now. So,
and it could be the same thing, like we said, stress, the foods, these drinks, and I know it's trendy to try all the new stuff that comes out on the market. But it's like, honestly, that stuff, and then certain things counteracts. And then also, like with certain treatments, if you're doing a certain treatment, follow that treatment, that regimen. Give it time. If you're, it's not gonna work overnight. But if you're steady, just doing different things, like especially for acne, for one, give something time. Give it a month. Give it 2 months. And what's the word? In addition to maybe, let's say if you're switching up your diet and things like that, just do the process of elimination.
Yeah, and do it slow. Like, instead of trying to introduce so many things at one time, because if you start doing that, you're not going to know if something is triggering you or something does have an adverse effect. You're not going to know what it is because you've added in so many new things.
Right.
So yeah, like she said, just kind of, take it slow, do it for a while. So, and pay attention to your body and pay attention to kind of what's going on, so you can know what to remove if something that, is going on.
Right. If something happened around a certain time, like, damn, what did I eat? What did I drink? Or how much of this did I intake? Just pay attention.
Yeah. And I'm bad about that. I'll get on that supplement wagon and be like, I'm gonna take this for this, take this. And I'm taking 3 or 4 different things, and I'll be like, something is not agreeing with me. But but what is it? And I don't know what it is.
I've been seeing some videos, even like the way to take supplements and vitamins. They were like, don't take, what was it? Magnesium with maybe iron or something like that. It was one of the two. So the lady was like, wait about 2 hours because taking it together, they counteract each other to where it just cancels.
Oh yeah,
they cancel each other out, so it's not actually doing anything. I was like, damn, I never thought about it, because we just fill up our little pill things and just pop all them suckers. And that's it. I was like, damn, now we have to actually
not even thinking about how they counteract with, or can possibly counteract with each other.
And it's like, you think you taking magnesium every day for whatever, and you wonder why it's not doing nothing for you. It's because the iron or whoever it was done came and kicked it to the curb. So
she said thank you. Mara said thank you for the advice.
You're welcome.
I love my hair down. Always compliments, but I'm going to take your advice.
Yeah, just try that and see what happens
works for you.
Yeah, try and see if that works, or it could just help or stop or slow down whatever you have going on.
Oh yeah, Coach. I wish you were closer to, because she is thebomb.com.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm located in Houston, Texas, y'all. I'm in Houston, Texas. Like I said, I'm a cosmetologist, but locks done took over my life the past 3 years. Although I've always specialized in locks, but micro locks specifically in the past 3 years. So, yeah, hair health, once again, it doesn't matter whether you have locks, but people think, oh, I'm just going to lock my hair up. Or you wait to the point where your hair is just severely damaged, edges gone, snatched with the glues and the wigs. I just hate that for us. I always say that, and I'm saying it on a bigger platform, but I'm just like, it's just so bad, and what can I do to grow my edges back? Buying all these different products and these oils. Nothing is going to help y'all. Nothing. 9 times out of 10, I've had clients go get injections, go get all types of stuff, painful treatments and all, and just to the point of just having scarring and just all. And these are things I've seen. Like I said, the things I'm speaking on are experiences that I've seen, or clients that I've spoken to or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, once that stuff is smooth, the follicles are dead.
Mara says she's in Oklahoma, not too far away. Aww.
We were just talking about Oklahoma. We were just talking about Oklahoma.
Yeah. Getting ready to go to Oklahoma, getting ready to go to Windstar.
Oh, yeah. I used to pass by all the time with my people who don't want to be mentioned. We used to go visit. And in-law, she lives in Oklahoma, so we used to always pass up the Windstar going in.
Yeah.
All those casinos and stuff in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. She is worth the drive, I promise.
I am.
She is worth the drive.
I had clients coming from everywhere. I told my little work friend, I was like, yeah, I have a client tomorrow, because she was trying to get her hair done. I said, I have a client tomorrow. She's coming from Dallas. She was like, okay, client coming from Dallas. Yeah, I have clients who come. It's one of my current ones who's still with me. I had started a lot of people who came from like California, all different states. But when they got to a point where it's like, let's say maybe 6 months into their journey, well, okay, you can try to find somebody, because I know the traveling can get costly and things like that. So I'm happy to say I've started hundreds of women with their microlife journey, and it's just been such a blessing. It's been so life-changing for myself, and just meeting different people, and just it's been a very humbling experience, because I'm just like, not little old me. Y'all coming to see me away from Cali and all these other places.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
She said, but she's in Miami, your favorite place. And it is. It is her favorite place.
It is.
Miami's trying to take her away from me, but I ain't gonna. I ain't gonna let her go.
I want to do like half and half.
I ain't gonna let her go.
I'll still be coming back. I'll still be in Houston, but I do want to live part time in Miami.
I'm not gonna let her go without a fight. We fighting.
One of my clients on my Facebook, she was like, yeah, you need to move to Miami so I can come. What she say, every other month? That's the one that comes from Arizona.
Oh, she comes from Arizona. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Arizona, yeah, that's where she comes from.
I know, yeah.
Like 2 hours from Phoenix or something, she said. I forget the name of the city.
I know, right? I'll be able to have flying to Miami. So it's time for my Miami trip.
Okay, come on. And then we can go to the beach after.
I know, right?
You better stay a day. Look,
yes, I would have to stay.
Look, I'm going to set up a guest room just for my clients.
Yes.
Y'all can come on. You only have to book a hotel or nothing.
Yes, I would have to spend the night for sure.
Stay the day. Let's go hang out, and then you can catch your
flight.
What?
I might not have to fight. You're right. I might just come on and go on to the guest room.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So yeah, it's just been such a humbling experience, and I'm just so grateful for the growth of my business. Although right now I talked about it on my live on my business page. I just almost feel a little stagnant, because I've always been the person since I specialize, well, not specialize, but my talents is in different areas, like sew-ins, wigs, this, that, whatever. I've always been that person that needed to stay active in all those different compartments, but now it's like my focus has been locked. So it's almost like I just feel a little stagnant. I miss the excitement. I miss the what's it called? The creativity, like when it comes to braiding, creating different styles and things like that.
Braids. I'd be like, oh.
That's what put me on the map, my braids back in the day.
I saw some of your, I was like, I did not know she could braid like that.
Baby, my stuff used to go viral, okay?
I was like, look at this portfolio.
Yes, viral. So that's how I became known here in Houston for sure. But yeah, so I just have to figure something out. I don't know if it's gonna take some rebranding. I just need to probably do some sew-ins for free or something like that. Like, this is for my hairline. You know, I'm actually rocking this. I was supposed to do some promotions.
Oh, okay.
I really haven't. And as hard as I've been on this hair, baby,
it looks so natural.
Right. Yeah,
it has a very natural. I love it.
It's just, yeah. So I'll put my website link on there. I just have to make some touches. That's why I haven't introduced it to the extra public. I gotta go do some maintenance on there. But yeah, life has just been life for me. So I'm just trying to, get back on track and get some things in order. I'm like, girl, get your business together. Because you like to spend money, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
Right.
So stay alive and stay afloat. So.
And you are, honey, because what is back? Brio Mist. The Brio Mist is back.
My clients miss my products. So yes, this is a moisturizing spray. This is one of our products. I think I had a total of 4 products. So I'm still trying to figure out the rest of them, but for sure this is back. It's a moisturizing spray. So this is a recommendation I always have for clients. Instead of using water, I don't know who started it, spray water in your hair every day. Y'all should not be wetting your hair every day if you have locks. Please stop. It can cause mold, it can cause mildew. When you cut your locks and you see all that white stuff, or some people have a lot of, y'all look at her hair, 3 years. That's why when I see pictures, I have lengths, I have all this buildup, I have this, I'm like, what are y'all doing to y'all? Look at this. Tilting just a little bit. No white spots, no white dots, nothing. Okay? Just less is more. You don't have to do a lot. I know people be watching the YouTube videos and all these tutorials and all this simplicity. I always tell my clients, tell them what you be doing.
What you be, and when I do something, she be like, what's
what you been doing?
What's this? And I was like,
and I can always tell. They be like, how do you know?
Because I have my issue have been like my scarves. Like, I've had the hardest time like with bonnets.
Okay, we're gonna touch on that. Go ahead.
I've had a hard time with bonnets. Like, I've had to change my bonnets. Like, before my bonnets, I was doing the silk scarf, and I guess with the silk scarf, I was tying it too tight every night. And so right around here, all the way around my head, it started like thinning out. I was tying it, and having a knot, tying it. My hair was like, no. She was like, what you doing? And I was like, I ain't doing nothing. She was like, okay, come on. Like, what you doing? How you sleeping? How you tying your hair? It was like she gave me like FBI, like she was just drilling.
We're gonna get to the bottom.
We're gonna find out. So then I said, okay, I can't do scarves. So then I went to the bonnet. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm doing the bonnet. But my bonnet had the band around it. And so I was like, okay, I changed to the bonnet. And she was like, okay, no. Get the other bonnet with the, without the band. Because my hair it's not feeling them bonnets. And so, same thing. I bought some bonnets. But the bonnet I bought was tighter. The band in it. Again, she was like, what you doing? What you doing? And I was like, it's the bonnet. It's
the bonnet.
It's the bonnet. I was like, oh my God, me and these bonnets. So now, like, I have these like little sleep. It's almost like a little sleep. And I didn't even tell you this. It's like these little satin sleep hats.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole inside of it is satin. I just been slipping it on my head. It doesn't move. It's just don't have no band in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been putting on my head at night. And it's not causing because with that bonnet, I think because the way I sleep, I'm always moving, I'm tossing and turning. And with this kind of hat that has like this satin type hat type thing, my hair is staying in place. It ain't like there's no friction or no moving, if you know what I mean. And so I feel like that's been helping me a little bit better. Because I done rubbed in the back of my head. She was like, girl,
I can see the indentation when she was tying her scarf. There was a line, y'all, in the back of the same spot. So going back to, let's say, the hairline, you're wondering why your hairline is thinning or why they're breaking, why your strands are always short around your hairline. If you're always compressing always putting something and all bonnets are not created equal. Yeah, the part that covers your hair might be satin, but sometimes those bands
the band part
are not satin. So it's snagging your hair. You might not necessarily see it or pay attention to it, but that's what's happening. And then with it moving around, even once I wore a wig this was years ago. I made a wig when I first started making wigs. It was too small for my head, and I just kept adjusting it the whole day. Yeah, I had a bald spot. That lace had snatched my hair. So that's another thing too. You know, for people who don't put caps, or if you're not placing your wigs properly, things like that. A lot of things can go into it, and these are things we don't like think about off top. It's like, oh, well, I just put my wig on, but baby, that lace from me moving and tugging it or whatever. So it could be the same thing with the bonnets. And like I was saying, if you're putting something in the same spot, let's say a scarf, you're compressing it it's gonna get to the point where you're actually suffocating your follicles. And then now your hair is disappearing and the follicle is dead and it's not gonna grow back. So
it was been bad. Me and scarves and bonnets, we done had a time. You hear me? Because I had like the bonnet and a scarf tied on top, and she was like, "What are you doing? What's?"
Yeah, and then in some cases, some people I've had a lady ask me, she's like, "Well, can I just do a silk pillowcase because she sweats in her sleep? So instead of putting a bonnet on, she just has a silk pillowcase." Because you really don't have to do too much. Especially when it comes to locks. You just have to be mindful what type of clothes you're putting on sometimes. I can tell during the cold season who've been wearing sweaters and scarves. Because I'm like, what's all this lint back here? Oh, well, I put and I'll say the exact color. Oh, that was my orange sweater I put on the other day. You know, things like that. So it's just being mindful. And I've seen where people put a scarf or bonnet on before they put their clothes on.
That's what I do. I put it on before I put mine.
Like her locks look so great. There's no mildew, no buildup, no nothing. So the people who are doing and having all these issues, I'm like, what y'all doing? But then everybody is not well educated or well versed. You know, people just do locks. And then here in Texas, you know, licenses aren't required for a lot of things anymore. But even then, you can still figure out or get some education. You know, just because a license is not required doesn't mean you can't, you know, educate yourself.
And you do a good job in educating us. But I ask a lot of questions.
She does.
I ask a lot of questions. I do. I'll be like, Lord, she gonna kick me out. But my friend, she answer all of my questions all the time. But but like she said, for me, it took me so long to do the micro locks. Like I followed her for like a year and a half. Like I followed this lady like almost through COVID, the whole time through COVID. And what I liked about her was she would show like when she started on a client, and then when her clients would come in, I could see the progression. And a lot of people are not showing it. Like I could see what her client looked like in 8 weeks. And then I could see what her client looked like in 12 weeks. And I could see the progression of when she started versus over the course of 6 months or over the course of a year. So I followed her because it was important to me about getting a good foundation. And it's a million people in Dallas that I probably could have went to, but it was important to me to get the foundation established correctly. But I asked a lot of questions, but I felt like I did my research as well. But like she said, it's an investment. To me, it really was a lifestyle change. It was an investment. It's a lifestyle change, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything right. And she definitely cares about the health of your hair. She definitely cares about that you're doing, you know, because after I leave her, she's not with me for the next 7 weeks while in between. So I need to make sure that I have the right products at home, that I am washing my hair, because you have to wash your hair.
I've given her some recommendations for shampoos, conditioners.
She gives all of the things, because I'm asking like all of the things, like what, asking about hairstyles. Be careful with this. Be careful with ponytails. Be careful with, rubber bands. All of the things we've talked about. It's not one thing I don't think I've not asked her. But I think you have to do that if you are serious about your hair and maintaining your hair and, keeping your hair in good condition and healthy. And so, but yeah, we've had the time, honey, over here with them bonnets, honey. I'll be the first.
Not your bonnet junkie, like the people.
Yes, I have all kind of bonnets. I ordered some new ones. My husband was like, "You cannot wear that to bed." I was like, "I'm trying them out because I'm not doing good with bonnets."
You're probably like, "How many do you have?" Do we have some new comments?
They said, what are some of these shampoos Myra have? What are the
So for washing, I do about 2 or 3 shampoos just depending on what you have going on. I can always feel like what type of build, if you have some product buildup, if your hair is heavy. But I always start off with a clarifying shampoo. Right now I'm using a Paul Mitchell, but then you can, honestly, for clarifying shampoo, you can get one from Sally's. It was a brand I was using at Sally's for a while, because that's just like let's get rid of all the gunk and build up and all that type of stuff. And then you come in with like a conditioning shampoo. And I also use like a rosemary and what's it called? Rosemary and something.
Rosemary spray.
Yeah, it's the influence.
Influence. The stimulating.
Yeah, the stimulating
hair.
Okay, it's just rosemary. So it's a rosemary shampoo. So this is by Influence.
And that's what I use at home.
Yes, so you can purchase this. Also, I think they sell them on their website. I don't know if they sell on Amazon.
They do.
Okay, so Influence. So it's natural rosemary shampoo. So this is what I use. And also, when I shampoo clients, I spray this on their scalp first. So it just helps to like stimulate your scalp, wake it up a little bit. You feel that tingle and all that. So this
is the best.
It is. Paul Mitchell also makes the mint. I forgot the name of it. I have it over there too. The tea tree or something shampoo. Paul Mitchell has that as well. So it's different brands, professional brands that I've been using for years. So those are the ones I stick with. Design Essentials also has a great line of products.
She said, "What? Really, Myra?" She said, "Don't judge me, but I only wash my hair with plain water." Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, everybody's different, and everybody doesn't use a lot of products either. So
maybe you don't need to.
That's new for me. I don't know what to say about that one. No judgment.
Interesting. No judgment.
No judgment.
This is a no judgment zone.
That's just new.
We do not judge.
We don't judge over here, honey.
We do not
okay.
Judge.
We try to find solutions to the problem. But I would recommend using shampoo every now and then.
Would that cause any issue? Could that be causing any issue
Only,
with the thinning?
Well, only because that's who's okay. Only because water. If you're just doing water. I don't know how often you're washing your hair either, but just water. Yeah, water. They're like, oh, it's the best moisturizer or something like that. But tap water ain't the same for everybody where we live. You know, the water can be harsh. It can have chemicals in it. You know, there are different factors that can go into that. So you're not actually replenishing your hair.
I never use conditioner because it'll unravel. I use black seed castor.
What will unravel? Your locks? What I do is with clients, especially with micro locks, I know people are like, don't use conditioners, don't do this, because it can cause them to slip, especially in the beginning phases. What I do is I take a nice amount and I make sure my hands are wet. And I just like rub it down. You don't want it gunky or not gunky, but like a big chunk. You don't want it to be thick and all that. So I just go ahead and run it through and I rinse it out. And there's nothing left behind. Nothing left behind. So there's nothing wrong with using conditioners and shampoos. I would say every now and then use a conditioning shampoo. That might be part of the reason why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. It could be dryness. Your hair is lacking moisture, is lacking nutrients. So to me personally, I would recommend you using something instead of just water. And then of course with the air and everything getting to your hair, like that stuff sticks and it can start to affect your scalp as well. So like we were talking about different factors that can go into different things, that could possibly be one of the reasons.
Oh, and I was nervous. Remember I asked you about the conditioner and that's what you told me, like to rub it in your hand. I think I put it in my hand and I added like just a little bit of water. Kind
of dilute it
a little bit because you know I was nervous, girl. I was over there like, Lord, I'm gonna get this stuff stuck in my life. But it just like you said, it worked perfect. I put it in there and let it sit and it rinsed, right? You know, and rinsed it out really good.
Because I know people, you get all that conditioner and stack it and have that big. You don't do that with the locks because then they get trapped, and with them being so small, it will get trapped. And then now you sit up there trying to pick stuff out, and then now you're damaging your lock. The integrity of your lock. That's why your locks thinning in different areas and things like that. Oh, well, I'm just gonna pick it out. I'm just gonna comb it out. I'm just gonna do this. It's going to have a damaging effect.
Yeah. Yep. No, it worked exactly like you said. I put that little water in there, and I was like, loosen
So
it up.
it's okay to use for all my tiny lock girlies or guys. It is okay to use products. It's okay to use conditioners. I'm not one to be like, oh, just use water, or oh, don't wash your hair. Initially, you know, that is a thing. The only reason it's like, okay, don't wash your hair for 4 weeks when you first get them started. Don't wash it for 6 weeks. The reason people recommend stuff like that. But I give my clients care instructions at home to do at home. It's not that I'm not sending you home just to not wash your hair for 6 weeks. You can clean your scalp. There are different products you can use. Follow with an oil or something. Yeah. You know, to not dry your hair or your scalp out. So for me personally, I was sending them home, but then I ran across a client who had like really bad dermatitis, I think. And that's the one I posted where her hair was mildewing because within that 6 weeks, y'all, she came back. She had mold and mildew in her hair. She was like, I've just been pulling it back in a ponytail. I've been working out. I was like, you can't just keep your hair in a ponytail. You got all that moisture and then now mold, bacteria, whoever is just breeding. You have to let it down, let your scalp. That's what I'm talking about. It's the same thing. You gotta let your scalp breathe. You gotta let it air dry. You have to. Yeah. So for people same thing with people who are wetting their hair every day. You could be causing damage versus good. You know, it does nothing.
Myra, it was called Influence. Is it Influence?
Influence. INFLUANCE. I think Influence.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
And the other thing is, when I wash my hair, I don't ever go to bed with wet hair.
Yeah, please don't go to bed with wet hair.
Do not go to bed with wet hair. And the other thing that I noticed that I did too, I don't think we talked about yet, was for a while when I was coming in, I would come in and I was having like dry flakes. I would have dry flakes. Remember I was having dry flakes, and I was like,
I'm like, what's going on?
What's going on? And she was like, is you putting oil on your hair? And I was like, yeah, I'm putting oil on my hair. And she was like, but are you like spraying? Because, you know, like you need to put like a little of the moisturizing spray.
Yes.
And then put the oil on there. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Change the game.
There's a method to every madness, y'all.
Yes, change the game. Have not had an issue since then.
So if you're just steady applying oil to dry scalp, you're not doing anything but just applying oil to dry scalp. It's doing nothing. So if you're going to apply some oil, make sure your scalp is wet, damp, or something like that, so that way it can help absorb. I know that sounds weird because I know oil and water, they don't mix naturally, but it's just something about it that helps with the absorption. And oil is not a moisturizer. It's not. It aids in, with certain things, and then you should not be oiling your hair every day either. Once again, especially on dry scalp, you should not be doing that because now you just have oil piling on top. You're clogging your follicles. You're clogging your follicles. Now you got all this buildup. You have your irritation on your scalp. You're probably getting bumps. It could lead to a lot of other issues. It could create problems. Yeah. So oiling your scalp every day, don't do it. Yeah. Please don't do it.
It was so funny.
It's not beneficial.
I was like, I am spraying my hair. She was like, no. Like, when you put the oil on there, are you spraying like a little bit on your scalp? I was like, no, I'm spraying my hair. Like, but it did, like, once I started putting a little of the spray on my scalp and then I put the oil. No, I have not. When I say I have not seen a flake. I mean, because it was bad. Like, she would be in there doing my reties and it was
scratching.
And she'd be like, and I was like, I've got flakes just everywhere. And I was like, why is my scalp flaking like that? I never have had my scalp flake like that. And that's what it was.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it was.
And water intake, I know that's always the hardest thing, but hydration also helps. But people are like, oh, well, just drink water. No, it's not just that either. No. You can drink a lot of water and still have dry scalp.
Yeah.
And dry hair.
Yeah.
Once again, it could just be your diet. The things you're intaking and things like that. Sugars.
Yeah.
Everybody's body, I guess is what I was going to say, is different. We all react to things differently.
Yeah.
And I read something, or I've been seeing lately, like your blood type too plays a part in your diet, or it's supposed to. I haven't dived too much into that.
I've seen that too. Because they can almost tell you like what type of foods and stuff that you could be that's going to be more beneficial for you, like when you're dieting, depending on like your blood type, like what types of foods you should be eating, to lose weight and stuff, depending on your blood type. I've seen that. Now that you say that.
And then going back to like weight loss and stuff, if your body's used to, let's say, receiving a certain amount of calories every day or something like that, like people who have weight loss surgery, like the bands and the sleeves and all that type of stuff.
She said thank you, Ava.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. I've seen where people's hair just fall out, and that's also, I think, part of the reason with the weight loss shots as well. That's why that's a side effect, because you're not eating as much as you used to. So your body is not receiving all the stuff, good, bad, nutrients, whatever it was. It probably still could have been good, but your appetite is cut, so you're not intaking as much as you were. So it's almost like your body goes into some type of shock. It's like, okay, we're not getting everything, so it just kind of goes crazy. And then with protein and certain things or whatever, so within not receiving, I think that's why they put people on a high protein diet when they have like weight loss surgery or something like that, to try to make up for what you're missing. I'm not. Let me make sure I'm saying this right, because I had 3 clients in the past who had weight loss surgery, and they experienced the same exact thing. So your hair starts. The hair is always the first thing to suffer, y'all. Always the first thing to suffer. So like, long story short, your body's not intaking as much as it used to. So once that gets cut in half, done, whatever the case may be, that's when everything just kind of goes crazy, and your body is like, what's going on?
It's not getting the nutrients, because you're not eating first, if you're not eating the food that you are taking, probably in the amount of food that you probably was taking in before, you're not getting and you're not getting the nutrients in. Because I had a friend that did the weight loss surgery. I think she did the sleeve, and she was like, she has to be on some type of vitamins for the rest of her life, because like I guess because once you do that, of course that's where they cut your stomach, right? You only have a portion of your stomach, so you're not able to intake probably the nutrients. My assumption is you're not able to take in the nutrients that you need. You're not going to get what you need from food.
Yeah, they have to cut out certain types of food, because I know, like fats and greasy foods and certain things like that. So it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot that goes into this stuff. Like, oh, it's just hair. It's more. Our bodies, everything is connected. Everything is connected. Your scalp, y'all, is a living thing. It's connected to your body. The skin, it just got hair on it. So it's a living thing. Think about it like as a plant. You have to nourish it. You got to give it sunlight. You have to water it. Watering it every day could kill it. Right? Putting too much water, putting oil, that type of thing. So it's the same. It's like the same thing, y'all.
Absolutely.
It's the same thing.
Absolutely. And the good thing about it is, and finding you a loctician, or finding somebody that you partner with that's going to help you take care of your hair, that cares about the health of your hair. Because there's too many people out here just like all willy-nilly, just
want to take
your
style,
money. Just want to take your money.
I'm not that person.
And she'll be the first one to tell you, I don't need your money. It ain't even about the money.
I've said that publicly several times.
Look, and I could charge you to do all of the things, but that's not what I want to do, type thing. And so just finding you somebody like that is, you're not finding it at a lot of places, because people want to take your money.
Right.
They want to take your money. And so, to have somebody partner with you who cares about your hair just as much as you care about the health of your hair is very important. So
I recently sent a client home. She booked for a retouch, but when she came in, she was a new client. I hadn't seen her in years, so I don't know when she started her locks. Someone else did. But she came in, and I was like, something is wrong. Like, she had so much breakage. A lot of locks were missing in certain areas. She just had a fro. I said, this is going to be a repair job. I said, but with the looks of things, whenever your locks start breaking off and it's just stringy, like it's real thin from the scalp, and then you have that lock, something is wrong internally. Once again, your hormones, whatever, stress, this, that, whatever. So I just let her know. I said, ma'am, I could sit here and repair this and charge you hundreds of dollars, but with the way it's looking, I can tell you're going to continue to have these issues until you get to the root of the problem. You're not going to have any success. It's just going to keep, the hair's going to keep growing apart, keep breaking, and all this, those types of things. I was like, look, I'm not going to charge you anything. I just won't be able to provide a service for you. I haven't offered to refund her deposit, but she's like, no, because I know I took up the time or whatever. So, I did offer, but she said no. So I was like, okay, cool. And I just unfortunately sent her home. And I was just like, if she can, go see a dermatologist. But I like what I wanted to mention earlier about you, that your primary care doctor was able to still kind of steer you in the right direction. Mm-hmm. So, if you're not able to get to a dermatologist, if you can get to a doctor who's familiar with your hair type or anything like that, that'll be a suggestion now.
Yeah, because see, my doctor that's who I go to for like all of my blood work, like my hormones, she's my primary care. So, she has all of my history in terms of like my blood work, anything going on, my hormones, my thyroid, all of the things. And so I was like, let me go there since I can't get into the dermatologist. Like these specialty doctors now, they are so booked out. Like you cannot, it's taking time to get into them.
Yeah, that's a good and a bad thing. The good thing is people are actually going.
Yes, the people are going.
But the bad thing is like, damn, I need an appointment.
Yeah, I was like, I need an appointment. I'm trying to get in. And then like my primary doctor, like in my building, there was a dermatologist there in the building, but I wanted to go to dermatologists that looked like me, that dealt with people with my type of skin and my type of hair, and so that was important to me. And so that's why I opted to try to do a little bit more research, and I found one, but it's gonna take me to like August to like get into her. And like I was telling you, they had like PCP nurse practitioners, that I could potentially go see. And like, I don't have a problem with nurse practitioners. I think nurse practitioners are great. Actually, sometimes they're better than the actual doctor. But for my first appointment, I actually want to see the actual doctor, and and then go from there. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, child, life. It's like you get to a certain age and everything just start falling apart.
That part.
It be the knees crackling for me when you going up the stairs.
That part.
That
part. But I said, you know what? I said, I'm not going out. I'm not going out without a fight, baby. I'm going down swinging. Look, let's go. Let's go, man. Pull out your microscope. What you need to look at?
Right. What needs to be done?
What needs to be done? Come over here, take a look. Look at all of it. Come on. What's next steps? Like what do we need to do? So yeah. And then like you said, it's just our bodies are so funny because it's just you just have these periods or these seasons where you go through, and like I was telling you, like we've seen these spots on my head, like they'll fill in.
I'm over here in this spot that's grown back.
Yeah, it's done grown.
Fuzz right here.
Yeah, it's done grown back, and so I'm just like, so our bodies are just funny. It's just funny.
It is.
It's just funny, but I am glad that I am in this rotation, for the dermatologist, because like now I'm in there and I'm gonna keep her on call, and so that way I'm in there if I need to, ever go see her again. So it can't hurt. It's definitely not gonna hurt. So
hormones.
Yes.
Hormones.
Yeah.
Everything affects our hormones. And I was just telling Brittany, I was just like, I need to figure something out, because for the past year.
Yes, Myra, we do.
Ever since, what she say?
She was like, we as women go through so much. Absolutely.
Wait, I was just saying that. What the men do? What they go through? Nothing.
They go through stuff too, but they don't have a name for the stuff they go through.
They just want to talk about it, acknowledge it.
They don't want it. That's what it is. They don't want to acknowledge it. They go through stuff too. But what was you saying? You said, Brittany, what?
For me, for some reason, like the past year, ever since, the new era of my life, when the 10.5-year era of my life ended,
the new season. It's a new season.
That's the insider, y'all, because I just told her what's going on behind the scenes. But I've just noticed like my emotions whenever that time of the month comes. It's just I get so emotional.
Really?
And that's part of the reason I'm still doing it. Just going back and forth. I'm just like, if somebody could just shut me down for a month, no emotions, no nothing, I'll be good to just go on about my business. But it's like around that time I just get so emotional, like, and I've never experienced that before. I don't know if I didn't pay attention before, or I just wasn't in the right mindset to do so. But now I don't like it. I'm already a damn crybaby.
Yeah.
So now it's like intensified.
Yeah.
Crying over shit that don't even bother me like that for real.
And it's just maybe, and like you said, maybe things have slowed down to the point where like you're paying attention. You know.
Yeah, I'm able to actually focus on me and pay attention to myself.
Pay attention to it. Like before, you know, I think you just had so much going on. There were so many things going on, but now it's like, yeah, you know, incorporated so much self-care.
Yeah, because I neglected. Oh, baby,
yeah.
I neglected myself.
Yeah.
For 10 years in so many ways. Just my personal thing.
Yeah.
It's just, you don't realize.
No, you
until
don't.
After the fact.
After the fact, until you out of it. Yep.
Like, damn.
You don't realize it until you're not there no more. Then you be like, dang, how was I there so long? How did I make it? Like, what? How, you know, like all of the things. So, yeah. And that's not even and that could be applied to, and I'm just speaking in general, that could be applied to a lot of different scenarios, not just like in relationships. You know, I was thinking about that about a job.
Jobs.
Yeah. I was like, how in the world did I make it at that job? I mean, you know, with me being in this other job position that I'm in now, and I was like, workplace trauma is real. I was like, how in the world did I survive at that other job when I started thinking about all of the stuff that, you know, I endured there? Because, you know, some of these jobs, we endure a lot of crap, and we just go through and we just there doing what we have to do, you know, to make ends meet, because it's, you know, what we have to do to pay our bills and support our families and all the things. So, but yeah, just in general, you can apply that to a lot of things.
But one thing I love about this new era or generation is that I have a client who works in HR, and she was just like going through applications and resumes and all that type of stuff. She's not seen lengthy times on these applications. She was like, it's 2-3 years here, there. She was like, damn, I wish I had that mindset. I've been on this job for 10 years. They've been stressing me out. She was like, but this new generation, they don't take shit. So you stressing me out, I'm about to move around. I'm about to go find something else. So she was just like, it's now the companies are going to have to adjust their mindset, because they're looking for someone who has 10 years experience and who has this much experience. But baby, these people ain't putting up with nobody's stuff, number one. They have options. So it's not like back in the day or before, or like, you know, with the way some of us have been taught or brainwashed, like, oh, make sure you try to do this and be the best and climb the ladder and no, you go where you're good.
Yeah. And when I was younger, like in my 20s, 30s, girl, and even in my 40s, I was like,
every baby face. Baby face. I don't know if y'all heard how old she was earlier. How old are you?
I am 50.
Look
Actually,
at her.
I'll be 51 on Tuesday. But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Every 3 years, no more than 4 years, I was gone. Every 3 years, I jump. And then when I get to the next place, and then the new company, I would be like, girl, I would ask for some ridiculous salary amount. I'd be like, the only thing they can tell me is yes or no. Like, you know, so that's how I just kind of kept moving up, kept going. And that's what I try to tell my daughter. I was like, don't stay there like long. Like, get your experience, add that shit to your resume, and keep it moving. Like, get that experience. Don't stay there long. So, you know, your salary is gonna grow as you continue to move to these different companies, because the longer they only gonna give you so much. You know, as you stay at these, you know, the longer you stay at these companies, you know, you locked in. They only gonna give you so much.
Right.
And so,
if you're not bringing stuff up, they ain't not gonna bring it up either. They're not gonna increase your pay. They're not gonna do nothing.
No. But see, now I'm older. You know, I'm 51, baby. I'm trying to look. I feel like I got another good, in my mind, I got another good 10 years.
For what?
Before retirement.
Oh, okay.
I need to be, because I'm not going to make it to 67. That whole 67, retired 67, no.
That's crazy how the age increase.
No.
Didn't it used to be 60 or something?
60.
You know, 65.
It's 60. I don't know. I think early retirement is 62. So I wish I could go before then, but realistically, I need to make it to 62. So that's like 10 years. So I was like, that's okay. I can hang out where I'm at right now. I'm closing out the queue where I'm at. I work from home. I'm good. I'm with a good company. I'm just gonna ride this wave.
Okay.
And be still. I'm gonna be still. I'm gonna let the young people do what they need to do. I'm gonna be still. I'm old. I'm jaded. I'm good. It's fine.
Come on, jaded.
I'm older. I'm jaded. It's all about. Everywhere you go, it's all about playing the game and doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
And
granted, nowhere is perfect.
Nowhere is perfect. It's always gonna be something.
Because even with me with these salon suites, Lord have mercy, that's another story for another day. But it's just you just got to figure out what you're comfortable with and what you're not.
Yeah.
And it's just some shit you just go, and that's life too. Anything.
Yes.
There's no perfect situation.
Nope.
No perfect man. No perfect woman.
Nope.
Relationship. Nothing like that.
Nope.
Always you just gotta figure it out.
That part.
So
we was even talking about that with church. I was like, people, we have some friends and stuff moving churches and stuff, and I was like, it's gonna always be something, even when you're, you feel like you're not getting fit at your church, you want to go to a different church. Even when you get there, it's gonna be something. You may not know about it, but it's always like it's gonna be something no matter where you go. It's going to be something no matter where you go. So, at the end of the day, you just got to do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for your family. And keep it moving.
Yeah, and like I say, do what makes you happy.
Yes.
Be unapologetic about it. Who gives a damn what anybody says? People going to talk whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad. It don't matter. But...
Yeah. And
be a good person.
And stop judging.
Yeah, be a good person, keep a good heart.
Yeah.
You're going to get your blessings.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much they block their blessings.
Yeah.
By the way you treat people, how you talk to people.
Yes.
I don't know. I keep talking about self-awareness. You have to be aware of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's okay. I just think let people do what they feel like they need to do for themselves. You know what I mean? Whether it's whether it's a new church, whether it's a new job, whatever the thing may be. Like, let people
be so judgy.
People are so judgy. Whatever
why
it
you do
is.
this? Why you do that? Oh, the video I was watching earlier, the little girl, Miss Shirley. I don't know, the one that's doing the little dance.
Yep, that's my thing.
Be kind. That's my motto.
Oh, with the little girl.
The one that's doing the boots on the ground.
Yes.
They said somebody called CPS.
They called CPS.
The lady was like, I'm tired of y'all. Somebody called from a whole other state, called CPS because there are rumors that she started an OnlyFans for the little girl. But yeah, OnlyFans is not just for adult content anymore. I know some hairstylists that were using it to do videos, tutorials, and things like that. So OnlyFans is not just for adult sexual content anymore. But yeah, they called CPS on her.
What?
So she was like, I'm tired of y'all miserable grown people, and she could tell she was hurt. But I'm just like, dang, y'all, people are so judgy, and I know the internet allows room for these twiddling fingers. These internet trolls and freaking internet bullies. But I'm just like, the things that people would say online versus if you would never have that much courage to step to somebody like that.
Never.
And I'm just like, let kids be kids. And honestly, we know it's only certain communities. We don't have to say which ones, because we know what color the little girl is. Oh, that's too grown. Oh, that's too this. I had posted some videos of a little girl whose hair was long down to her back. She got a silk press. Oh my God, that's too grown. Why she walking around?
And that
what
was
we supposed to do? Cut her
hair?
hair? Are we supposed to cut her hair? Why is that considered grown in the black community? But then you have other races who grow long hair and probably adding color and all types of other stuff, and nobody says anything. Why is it always us putting and bringing each other down in that sense? It just. Make it make sense. What are we supposed to do? Cut her hair?
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, that's too grown.
Wow.
And then people talk about, oh, black women don't grow hair. Yes, they do. Just because yours don't grow. Black women do and can. I've had the longest length I've had starting microlocks was 22 inches of natural hair.
Yeah. I think you have her on your page.
Yes, 22 inches. All hers, no extensions, no nothing, natural hair. Everybody's genes are different. So just because we've been brainwashed or negatively beaten down because of our hair texture for centuries, there's just this negative connotation. And then when everybody was doing the perms and the relaxers because, oh, your hair is nappy, and so now everybody's, oh, I want 4C hair when it comes to locks. Oh, I don't know. It's just so much. It's so much. It's so much. Like, let kids be kids. Let people be people. The little girl ain't no, gyrating and doing little weird shit. She just doing her little boots on the ground with her fan. Like, what is the problem?
Wow.
But y'all over there twerking in front of your children and doing weird stuff. Bringing different people. Like, don't pick and choose where you want something to be wrong, I guess is what I'm saying. Because people do the same thing with religion. They pick and choose where they want something to have such a big impact. Oh, the gay community, oh this, oh that. But you just had 6 men at your house yesterday. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's just my opinion. Things that I see, things I see, and all of that. So
wow, that's deep. They call CPS.
CPS on her.
That's another level.
That little girl's so cute, just innocent. How old is she? 4? She just having a good time. Baby, come teach me how to do the dance and do this. I saw a video of a chick. She said she made $700,000 last year as a stripper in Miami. Bitch, come, let me just learn how to climb the pole. Y'all gonna call me left cheek, okay? I just need to learn how to shake one side. We ain't even got to do the whole twerk thing. Baby, don't play, because I'm coming to get that coin, okay?
Oh, gosh.
The little girl appeared on Jennifer. Yes, I saw that. I did see the Jennifer Hudson thing.
She did appear. She appeared on Jennifer. Wow, that's deep though. CPS was called, and you called CPS from another state.
She's a healthy girl, The outfit I don't know, like, what's she supposed to do? I personally didn't see anything appropriate. Half the stuff I see, I don't see anything appropriate. The only thing I have certain hang-ups with nowadays is children's clothes that are too short. And sometimes I have to ask my sister, why is my niece's short? They're a little too short.
What
they're a little too short. They're making kids' clothes very, more revealing and things like that.
Like, where's the rest of the material?
And that's just my opinion.
Yeah,
certain things. But the world we live in, unfortunately, it's pedophiles, this, that. But you victimizing a child still in a different way. It doesn't make any different. It doesn't make you any different than somebody who will probably actually harm them physically. There's still some type of effects. I guess is my point. So,
oh man, that's terrible. Wow, I had no idea.
She was like, I'm not reading the comments. I'm not saying nothing to y'all. She was like, y'all grown. It's women that's been in her inbox, cussing her out, calling her a slut, a hoe, calling the mama that.
Oh, wow.
The little girl went viral off a video. That's what the internet is doing these days. People going viral.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that is so terrible.
What? I don't know.
And you know how long it's probably she gonna be in the system for that? Like, trying to get that stuff probably straightened out.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. And it's always people that don't sleep around their own front door. But you're not even, your kids ain't, you not, she was like, my daughter is very well taken care of. And it be the people whose children, you go to their house, it's like, ain't no way to lay down, the house dirty, this, that, like, miserable individuals. Oh, wow. Miserable individuals. That's crazy.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad, because we already know once you involve CPS what that means.
And I'm like, she's a public child right now, so I'm sure, well, hopefully for her, it was an open and shut case or whatever, but it's just sad.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's just really sad.
Most definitely, wow. Dang. How you in a whole nother state? You don't call CPS.
A whole nother state.
Jeez.
Go take care of your own, take care of yourself, take care of your children, go take care of your husband. Or whoever. Mind your business. Mind your business.
The internet has no chill, baby. They do not care.
But it be the people coming up here, and I'm gonna say on my side, you coming up here watching what I'm posting and you getting in your feelings.
Oh yeah.
And girl, get out my face.
Yeah.
I'm just like, huh?
Yes. I don't know how
Tell you and your family stop watching my videos, and y'all feeling your feelings will not be hurt. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
She know what I'm talking about.
But that's hard. That's hard to do when you unknown. When you're an unknown individual, that's hard. Like when you ain't specified. But I don't
man. I don't call nobody name. I don't say nothing about nobody. I talk about my experience and the whole thing with sharing my experience. And then of course that happened with the stuff with the YouTube thing too as well. This has nothing to do with that, by the way. I'm just like, I just share my life experiences. I have a right to do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
So anybody who want that's not my problem. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, that's a part of the. I mean, I'm not a blogger, but that's a part of the blogging scene, though, right? That's what you.
It's my life. I'm sharing my life and my experiences and other things. Some good, some bad, whatever.
Yeah, you take us. When I say you take us with you, you take us with you.
And tell them I've been doing stuff like this on my business page. You know, with just transparency, being super transparent. I've always been
you have
a very transparent person, even with my clients. Like I said, I keep it honest. If I know your hair is not going to work for this, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
If this is not working, whatever the case may be, I'm not going to take your money. I will send you home. Like I have refunded hundreds of dollars. Okay, like that lady, they gave me such a hard time after her consultation. Yeah, that I refunded her $800. I know that's a lot of money, but you're not gonna stress me out. I'm not that person. Like she said, like I said, I don't care how much you're paying. My peace of mind, you're not gonna take that away from me.
Yeah,
baby.
What you say? Here you go.
She was so shocked. She was like, but I still want to get my hair done. And then it turns to, okay, well, I was having second thoughts anyway. Oh, now you having second thoughts after you done paid a $800 deposit. Okay. Like, make it make sense. So, no, I know I'm wired different. People just be like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And I had a conversation with my aunt the other day. I don't know if it's just me and what I've experienced in life or the whole, what they call it, Aquarius, what this stuff called, horoscope type.
Horoscope.
But once I get to a point of being unbothered, there's no shaking back from me.
Yeah. Once
you've impacted me in a certain way, and it's some friendships, and this is talking about someone in particular, oh, well, are you going to mend the friendship for what? It's never going to be the same for me. Even the same thing with clients. Some clients I have to let go. When something is done, said, whatever, I'm affected in a certain type of way, I just can't be in your space.
Yeah, you ain't going back.
Or I can't allow you back in my space.
Yeah. My sister is Aquarius, and baby, it's like, I be like, girl. I be like, girl. And she be like, that's the way I feel. It is what it is, and I don't care what nobody say. And y'all, I be like, okay. I
had a little situation last night. I'm just like, I don't hate the girl. She just really, it was just so, the way everything went down, whether it was intended or not, the impact that it had on the whole situation, the way in that moment where there wasn't really a lot of, you weren't really that apologetic. I'm over it. I don't care no more. Yeah, we got mutual friends, but when I see you, I'm going to speak, but I'm not coming up, smiling and hugging you. I'm not that person. I don't do that. I'm not going to force myself. If I feel like I'm trying to be fake in a situation, I'm not forcing it. So I'm going to speak. I'm going to tell you bye, and I'm going about my business. I don't hate you. Ain't no bad blood. Ain't no beef. Nothing. What was done, and that's it.
But I'm not trying to deal with you.
Brittany was like, you going to be into it? Everybody's not I'm into it. I just don't care anymore.
Wait a minute. What's Brittany's birthday?
Brittany is November. Scorpio. November 11th.
Brittany's a Scorpio. Okay, so I don't know.
And my friend's so chill and calm. And I'll tell y'all, she be talking sense to me, or she be like, nah, friend, is that... Yeah, look, this is just how I feel. I don't know, but...
Oh, you sound like my sister. My sister's an Aquarius, baby. I get it. She be on 10. I got 2 sisters that are Aquarius.
I just say to myself, I'm gonna say to myself before I hurt your feelings, you know, or I just have to move on, because no. But of course, that gets up under people's skin more. I had somebody, they're like, damn, I ain't never had nobody just disappear on me like that. I'm not about to explain myself. I'm tired of talking. I'm just gonna catch ghosts. We done. That I can't wait to get to that point, because it's gonna be over with. I keep telling you the same thing, and it's just I don't know. For me personally, I just. Oh, going back to my aunt real quick. What I was saying, I had a friend like when I first got into a relationship with Dre. She was just like, "Oh shit, damn." Well, when I first got into a relationship, well, this ain't got nothing to do with that or with her.
Okay.
So when I first got into a relationship, because of the type of relationship it was, who the person was, obviously when I got into a relationship with a woman, right? She's just like, oh, based on my beliefs and my, church stuff. She was just like, oh, I just can't be friends with you anymore. We grew up together. I'm like, huh?
Oh, that's awful.
What they got to do with you?
That's awful.
What does it have to do with you? So then it turned into her texting me every year for my birthday, happy birthday. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll return the favor. My birthday favor, hers in July. I'll text her back. But then after like a year or two, I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Then she booked a hair appointment. I'm like, but you don't want to be, did you say you don't want to be my friend? So being friends with me includes you benefiting off my services. So I cut that off. You're not coming into my space because that creates awkwardness.
Yeah.
So I just got to the point where I just completely stopped talking to her.
After you already said you don't want to have anything to do with me, like
you don't want to be friends. Yeah. You can't pick and choose where you still want to affiliate yourself with me and be okay, but then because of my relationship, you don't want to be friends with me anymore.
That's horrible. Why do you say that to somebody that you're supposed to love? Like, not even that you love. That's horrible.
Even if I grew up together.
Yeah, that's horrible.
We were on the little praise dance teams, everything. Like, we did everything together growing up. We the same age, same grade.
I know that hurt your feelings.
It did.
So bad. I know it did. That's
it
horrible.
did. We both cried on the phone. I'm just like, well, damn, okay. So I saw her last year. Hey, she like open arms, big ass smile. I was like, wait.
Yep, that's that Aquarius, baby. That's that Aquarius. I'm surprised you didn't walk off.
Mind you, this is over. That was 11 years ago, y'all. I don't know if I've seen her. Probably, I really haven't seen her like that because I haven't really been going around that side, where we had the affiliations in years. But she was like running up. I'm like, wait. No, she was like, hi. I said, hi, how are you? Like, no, don't do that. So it's not that I'm still mad or hurt over the situation.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. We not cool, we not friends, baby, don't come up here and fake shit.
That's horrible. That's a horrible thing.
You said what you said, so stand on it.
Yeah, that's a horrible thing to say. I don't even know how you come back. You can't come back.
You can't come back from that.
You can't come back from that.
My auntie was like, well, are you just gonna not forever? I don't know, maybe. But what do you want me to do? I'm not forcing myself in spaces. I'm not putting myself around people. You're not about to come in my space. I asked me last time, my mama said, she was like, what? Yeah. So no, I'm not putting myself in uncomfortable positions or around people who make me uncomfortable. Ooh. Especially my place of peace.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing it.
We got to protect our peace at all costs.
Protecting my peace at all costs. And if that's what it looks like for me, that's what the hell it looks like.
Yeah.
So girl, no, go on, scoot your ass back on over there across the room where you were. So no ma'am, we're not doing that. I'm gonna make you stand on your word because you were so adamant about it. You felt how you felt. Yeah. What's the word the religious people be using? Convicted, I think, or whatever.
Oh like, my gosh, that is horrible. Oh.
Horrible.
Not like you talking to me like I'm somebody in the streets. I'm like your family. I'm like your niece. That's what you
I'm talking about sleepovers. We've done everything together growing up. It was like a group of us.
I know that was so hurtful.
It was. So the impact of the hurt has been done and is dead, and I'm just numb to it. I guess it's once I get to that point of numbness.
Yeah. Because I could see even if you had come back after some, so much time has gone by, even if you had have not let all of this time gone back and came back and at least tried to have a conversation or something, but you let all this time go by and not come back to try to address like that foolery and not try to communicate I was wrong and what I said.
Yeah.
I mean nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
But you the only one in the group with nobody, no man, no kids, no nothing. But you worried about who I'm in a relationship with. You see what I mean? Like, mind your business. You focus on yourself. But okay. So No, once I'm numb to it, it's dead. Ain't nothing. I don't hate you. I don't wish you bad. Nothing like that. I'm just not fooling with you no more, on any level.
Yeah. Oh, that's awful, child. That's awful.
Awful.
Almost like God. Was you trying? So I guess you was trying to like. Was that your intent to hurt me? That's just such a hurtful thing to say. Jeez.
It is. Because what my relationship, and I'm still the same person. I don't know why people try to create this divide.
Yeah.
When it comes to stuff like that, like I'm still the same person. I'm still the Ava that you knew from the age, I think maybe 3rd or 4th grade.
Yeah, that's what Myra said. I enjoy your content, and she said you're numb. Yep.
Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it just, I don't know, it's just weird for me. I personally, I don't know how to like shape back in certain ways or just, oh well, no, it's okay. I'm okay. Life goes on.
That would definitely have to be from her end. I mean, me knowing you, I mean, you have such a big sweetheart. You would be receptive to hearing. I think you would hear her out, but it would definitely have to. It would be something that she would have to initiate for sure. Like all of those years, I was so wrong. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm talking about you. She got to come with. I mean, that is like such a huge apology. I just cannot believe that she has let all that time go by and has not tried to address what she said to you. That is horrible.
Once I blow my phone because she had her emergency, ma'am, no.
You gonna act like you ain't say that?
Yeah.
You gonna act like we just gonna brush over like
No. Even my supposed to be godchild, her mother, I don't know what her issue is, but the relationship me and the little girl had, I don't know if she had a problem or what. Things were done, things were said to the point initially I stepped back for about 3 years. Then I got reached out to 5th grade graduation when we tried to rekindle. Girl, we didn't even last. That was May. By October, it was done. Because I'm just like, you're not going to keep putting me on this emotional roller coaster. I get close to your child. I'm here for your child. I'm taking her on shopping sprees. Like, I'll take home, like, I'm that girl. You know, I'll borrow the kids and return them, take them home.
I see how you do your niece and nephew.
Right.
They be that little princess.
I don't play when it comes to the kids, honey.
Yeah.
So, like, I picked up one day, I was supposed to do her hair, but we decided to just go hang out. So I took her to the salon, washed her hair, blow dried it, gave her a cute little natural style. Took her to go get some clothes because she didn't really come dressed, because that wasn't our plan. Took her to Burlington Car, got her cute little outfit with her little purse and saying, I'm talking about dress the girl up, had her together. And I took her to City Center, went to Yard House, and just took some pictures and they just hung out. Like, that's the type of person that I am. Yeah. Or whatever. So I'm doing all these things and being involved in your child's life and trying to be this person. Oh, you need a break, or oh, the kids are overwhelming you. I even took the other child.
Oh wow.
Her younger son one time took them somewhere for a couple hours just to give her a break. Like, I'm doing all these things because that's supposed to be my involvement in your child's life.
Right.
But then I ask you why you ain't talking to the dermatologist, why her skin breaking out, or why this is happening, why that's happening. Don't try to tell me how to raise my child. What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
You can't pick and choose where you want me to be involved.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No, it's
so
not.
I say, you know what? This the second, third time to heard this come out your mouth. You go ahead and raise your child how you want to. Leave me the hell out of it, because I'm not the type of person to just let kids walk around with their hair all over their head, snotty nose, all this type of stuff, and be okay with it and I say nothing.
Yeah.
Go change that baby pamper that's dragging on the damn floor. Like, why? People don't understand. Your kids are a reflection of you.
They are. That's horrible. Forgive me, I don't need to be laughing, Lord.
Girl,
it's terrible.
I mean, this is reality. So you don't want me involved at all. So I ended up telling her, I said, look, baby, call me when you turn 18 because I can't do this.
Not when you turn 18.
When you turn 18. Because, no.
Because I can't deal with your mama.
No, I can't. I just can't. And then she
Mm.
got mad about something, and I tried to contact the little girl, and she had her block me on her phone.
Oh no.
And then I got unblocked. But I'm just like, why are you involving her? I don't like that. Yeah. If you got an issue,
she ain't got nothing to do with
let
it.
the adults handle it.
Yeah.
So now the little girl crying and hurt and all that. Like, no, you're not going. Look, my voice just got soft.
Oh.
It's just kids hold such a.
I know.
Man.
I know.
So yeah,
because
like,
you love hard when it comes to them babies.
I love hard. I love hard.
I see how you do them. I do.
I love so hard, and even with people, like I do. So when you hurt me,
that's why when they hurt you, you go. That's where that numb, and I'm gonna cut you off at your knees. I'm gonna cut you off at your throat, like. That's it. I'm done.
Nothing about the function.
It ain't even at the knees. I'm slicing you off at the throat. Like your head is gone. We done. Don't you ever call me. Don't look at me. Don't contact me. It's like all of the things because you love so hard and you go so hard for your people. Like that's who you are. And so yeah.
And they still want me to do her hair. I said,
yeah.
Hey, grandma contact. No. Well, I can bring her. No. She not about to benefit from me anything. Y'all don't understand. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're not about to benefit off of me any type of way.
Yeah.
We cut it off everywhere, every angle.
Yeah. That's how my sister is, man. She gonna go hard for her people. She gonna go hard for her family. But man, when you piss her, that point of like when you piss her off, that point of no return, it's like you don't come back from that. Like, ooh.
At all.
You don't come back from that.
So it just is what it is, child. That's life.
It is. I'm still talking to my sister right now about a person in our family, and she just like, I don't care what you say. She be looking me dead in my face. She was like, She was like, I don't care what you say. I hear you, and that might make sense. And what you saying makes sense.
She said, not the throat.
She said it might make sense, and I have understanding, but. That's not where I am, but so it could be totally right, but she was just like, no, she was, and I get it, because at the end of the day, those are your feelings, and your feelings are valid, and you get to feel what you feel. So I can't tell you to get over it, and that's that'd be my sister thing. People can't tell me to get over something
or the time frame it takes me to process.
Yes, that's what she always said. She was just like. People always want to tell you to get over it, or you gotta forgive and you gotta let go. You can't tell me what that time frame is for me. And I was like, you are absolutely right.
I had to tell Brittany that.
You're absolutely right.
The little situation with the girls from the Miami trip or whatever.
Myra said not at the throat. Yeah, at the throat.
At the throat.
At the throat.
What Medea say?
At the throat. Yes. Because they have such big hearts. So like. At the point that you cut off, baby, you cut off. I don't even know how it ain't no like, you can't get back in.
You can't
get back in.
Especially when I do nothing to you.
Yeah, you can't get back in. I trust me. My sister is an Aquarius. I got two sisters, but one, I got a January Aquarius and a February.
And I'm a February Aquarius. February 2nd, baby.
Yeah. I got and my But my sister, actually my January is at the end of January. Okay. So she's like a January. She's a January 23rd, and then my February is February 8th. So but yeah, you can't get back in. Yeah, my January Aquarius sister, she
You not no.
I just be like, girl, I just be like, I let her be. Look, that's. Because my thing is, I'm not ever trying to invalidate nobody's feelings. You feel what you feel. I get it. But I be like, girl.
Right. And you can try to relate to certain people or people's experiences, but you really can't understand until you're actually in that situation. Yeah. That happened with me and Brittany recently. I had explained something to her. She was like, okay, I see your point of view. But when she called me, she was like, I just got to let you know what I just experienced. And she was like, this is what Ava was talking about. She said, this is what you were talking about. She actually felt it. She felt the impact. So when people try to tell you, oh, well, don't say this about your experience or how dare you speak upon you, you don't know how it impacted me, what I went through in that moment, how it affected me, the aftermath, whatever the case may be. Yeah. Like, that was my experience.
Yeah.
That's it.
She said, Myra said, my niece is February 15th, and
That's my mom's birthday.
It's your mom's birthday?
Yes.
And my grandson and grandniece is January 31st. Okay, so January 31st is my niece's birthday. So my sister's birthday is January 23rd, and her daughter's birthday, my niece, is January 31st.
Oh, goodness.
So both of them are Aquarius.
Come on, these Aquarius.
Yeah, these Aquarius, baby. And when I say Aquarius is bump heads.
Bump. And that, me and my, that's probably why me and my mama don't get along.
Yeah, Aquarius is bump heads, baby. They be bump. Like my, especially my two sisters, the February and my February and the one that's on the 23rd. Oh yeah, they be
going at it.
They don't. I feel like it'd be like that subconscious bump head, like that mental. Like I be looking at them and I be like, "What y'all doing?" Like it be like unspoken stuff going on. I be like, "Ugh."
My mouth getting dry whenever I get to talking too much.
Yeah. I be like, "Ugh, there's some thickness going on in here," but ain't nobody saying nothing. Like what y'all?
But we know what it is.
Yes.
We have that mutual understanding of what the beef is, the quiet beef.
Yeah. It'd be that.
We don't need to talk about it.
It'd be that unspoken beef. I said, y'all.
A mess.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom's February 15th. She's a triplet.
Oh, that's right. You did.
But their birthday is February 16th.
Strong-willed. Yes.
We are.
Strong-willed is it. That is it, Myra. Strong-willed. Oh my gosh.
For sure. Oh, child.
Yeah.
Life just be.
My sister be saying stuff like, and I might be wrong, and I probably am wrong. Yeah. I could be,
but this is how I feel.
That's exactly what she said.
This is how I feel. You gone? Bye.
You know what? I see. I see how you skinning and grinning.
Did you see that one?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
But I'm looking at both of y'all. Like, okay.
Did you see that smile?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm seeing all of that electricity.
She would come in here if I wasn't on here.
Okay. I wish you would cut it so she can come in so I can see.
Oh.
So I can hear.
Oh, you missed yesterday. You should have been here yesterday.
Yeah. Because I can get the real. But no, the smile said everything. But,
okay. I'll keep you posted. Don't worry.
Yeah. The smile said everything. But
I think we're supposed to hang out this weekend.
Oh my gosh. You should have cut. So I can see. So I can hear.
She gotta go. She'll be here next time you come.
Oh.
I'll bring her in.
Okay. No, I'm looking at y'all. I see all that energy.
You do?
Yes.
I just got hot. Oh wait.
I saw it when she came by the first time.
That's funny. Look, she's still smiling.
She's still smiling. You should, Myra, wait. But Myra, you should have seen the other girl. You should have seen the other person that walked by. Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Face pressed up against the window. Like, okay, wanted to come in here so bad.
Bad.
Oh my goodness.
That's what my client said yesterday. She's like, look, she's just standing there.
It's just like, what y'all got going on? And they just smiling. Ain't nobody saying nothing. Right, Myra? Yes. Ain't nobody. They just smiling at each other.
Let me stop because my cheeks hurt.
Yeah. It's too late, honey. Cause y'all, the way y'all just looked at each other, I'm like, do I need to leave?
My face is hurting. Have high cheekbones, they say.
That was funny.
Oh goodness.
Do I need to leave?
Oh.
Popped in here talking about, I'm gonna get this is my breakfast.
Yes.
She has like a little stand over here with
yeah, we keep the snacks for the
snacks. So she came in here and was like, yeah, this is my breakfast. Oh. I see how she was looking at you then, and he was grinning.
And she knew I was gonna feed her, so that's why she came.
Okay.
Let me. My face hurt. Stop.
Yeah, I saw all of that. All of that y'all said without saying any words. Wow.
Oh, I forgot to get my water.
You sure did forget to get your water.
I forgot.
Do you need to go get your water?
No, she got already.
Oh,
That's okay. I think they have some out there.
Oh, okay.
If not, I'll just order something.
Okay.
What time is it? We've been on here. How long we been on here?
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
Does that say an hour? I can't see all the way up there.
An hour, 3 minutes, and 44 seconds.
That's funny. That's funny right there. You done got a boo at work.
I'm scared.
You got a boo at work.
'Cause, you know.
Okay.
What they say, don't shit when you sleep.
Yeah, that's what they say. But y'all got something electric going on.
Well, I'm just an electrical person.
Yeah, you are, but
I have such, I attract the good vibes.
Wait a minute. Why she gave me that tap and then went into it?
Oh, you. Okay, so now alone, I'm glad people see it. So I'm like, I'm not tripping, right?
No, you're not tripping. That is so funny.
Oh,
We're gonna put. Wait a minute, Myra. She done pushed her face up against the window to mine.
Like, bye.
That is hilarious.
The burger I just finished, she recommended the place yesterday, so I went to try it out.
Oh, okay. Then what you was
It was
okay.
actually pretty good. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's only like 5 minutes from here, so I'm still like learning the area.
Okay.
Cause right here ain't nothing. Cause my client does it. She's like, you took us from the restaurant next door and the little brewery over here, and then now we just over here in this empty space. There's nothing around here. I was like, well, this little place is about to open up right here, so everybody's looking forward to that. That get the place jumping because it's so quiet
over here.
Not that that's a bad thing, but I miss the fun and the hustle and bustle from the last one.
Yeah.
When we're in the Heights.
Yeah, that place was jumping.
It was. I do miss that location.
It was jumping. You go sit outside. People had their lawn chairs.
Okay, the kids, the dogs, everybody. All the little weird stuff. People letting the kids crawl on the nasty ground.
It was a lot. And then I spot the sandwich place.
The Chiba Hut.
The Chiba Hut. Girl, they building a Chiba Hut.
They are?
Probably about 15, maybe 20 minutes from the house. When I say I'm stalking it, like, I cannot wait till it opens.
If y'all have a Chiba Hut in your area, check them out. It's CHEBA.
It is so good.
Chiba Hut. They got some good sandwiches.
Yes, it is so good. So good, so good. Yeah, that place was jumping over there.
It was.
Yeah, I liked it. And then, because right about now, the food trucks and stuff is coming through on the weekends.
It's always some type of event. And then second Saturdays, they'll do like the little market.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody come out.
Is that when the food trucks will come through?
Yeah. Or just randomly on the weekends. There's no food vendor.
Yeah.
They always kept the food vendor because the breweries don't sell food.
Yeah. It was always something to see over there.
Oh, girl. We used to people watch. I miss that window.
Yes. But what I am glad is that we back on our side of town. I am glad. I am glad we are back.
Yeah, we're a little
in our place.
We're a little bougie around here. We're a little bougie. People think I'm bougie. My clients are so spoiled. The other one, she came here to me. She was like, you done brought us to the dentist's office because she said the cabinets look like dentist's office. She said, you took me from the Heights to the ghetto and then you brought me back. She read me in a very serious.
I didn't even say.
Face.
I didn't even say that it was the ghetto over there. I was
straight
just like.
Face.
I was just like, okay.
Straight face. I said, you ain't have to read me like that. She was like, well, I'm just letting you know. That's what she told. I'm just letting you know because I don't appreciate this. So,
she said, Ava is smiling like a Cheshire cat.
Oh my gosh,
she was.
She's cool. I like her energy. I think that's
you know what? I can tell she has good.
I think that's what I'm drawn to.
Yeah, she does have good energy.
She's very chill, very soft. The way she talks, and she talks to me about some of the things she's in outside of barbering or whatever. So I think that's what good recognizes good.
Yeah.
So
she only here like for a little while.
Just for clients, whenever she has clients.
So it's like appointments only.
Appointments only.
Yeah, but yeah, honey, I didn't even say nothing about over there because you had already told me that we wasn't gonna be over there long.
Yeah.
I said, "Ooh, God."
Yeah. So
we gonna hold on. Change is coming.
And it came.
Ooh.
And it came.
Honey, I said, ooh, and it was further away in the drive. I said, ooh.
Yeah, that's why I've gotten so used to like staying in the downtown area. Like me personally, location matters because I think my clients. Granted, everybody comes from different parts, but it's better to be central than to be tucked in Katy or way in Humble or something like that in the suburbs, suburban areas. So I stay in the city, like midway. Yeah. So that way, regardless of where you're coming from, we're centrally located. Yeah. So I always think about that when it comes to my clients.
Baby, when I put in this address, I was hollering. I said, "Oh,
thank you.
We back.
We are back.
We back.
So
yes, it's wonderful. She said her clients are spoiled. She got us like that. She got us like that. She got us like that.
I serve them alkaline water. We don't even serve regular water in here. They be coming here and oh, that's the good water. It is.
It's the good water. Yep. And we be watching her buy our snacks.
Yes.
In a minute, we're gonna be like, next time you go, can you
I take all the recommendations. So why you ain't got no chocolate in here? Where the gummy candies at? So I get a little bit of everything.
Yes. So. She got us like that. And so when we come in, so she knew that she had all of us shell shots when we at the other location. She knew she had all of it. But we do what we gotta do.
We do what we gotta do.
We do what we gotta
momentarily.
Do for a little while. And and she let us know off the rip. She was like, it's cool. It ain't gonna be long.
Yeah, it's not gonna be long.
It's not gonna be long.
It wasn't.
It was not long.
It was temporary.
It was temporary.
So we are all grateful.
Yes, Lord.
All grateful.
Yes, Lord. And God, we thank you. And God, we thank you. Because I pulled up and I was like, okay, we back.
And then you walk in, it's like, oh.
Yes. Oh.
This is familiar.
This is, because look, Dennis off, I don't care what you call this, we back. This is what we used to.
Right. These are the aesthetics.
This is what we used to, okay? This is what we used to.
That's funny.
Yeah. This is what we used to, so it's cool.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But I appreciate y'all. Yeah. I love my clients, y'all. Y'all don't understand. We have this relationship. It's like I would say 95% of my clients. It's like we meet and it's like you would think we've known each other. Even like me and her, we clicked since day one.
Yep.
It's like we've been knowing each other for years. Yes. And that's the type of environment I want to be in. I've had one or two little awkward clients, granted everybody don't talk or everybody is not open. I had a client, she was like that at first, but now, baby, we just be going. I was trying to talk to her, she would just kind of be quiet. So I'll leave her alone. She'll have her earpods and watch the stuff on her phone or her iPad. But now the whole appointment time for her retime, we just be talking. So some people do have to warm up to you as well. Yeah. But I love that. Like that's the type of space I like to create. So when I talk about not putting myself in uncomfortable spaces, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about because it makes it such a breath of fresh air, just a breeze. Yeah, we done had some moments up in here. Mm-hmm.
I think at the last place, my adult children had got to me. I think I had them broke down up in there. I had a breakdown moment. She was like, "Come on, let's go, let it out.
Look, I'm gonna sit down. We're gonna take a break. What you need to talk about? Like this is therapy too. This is our therapy session for all of us.
Let it out."
We cried together, laughed, all the laughters and just.
I had a break that day. That day, it was just too much. It was just like everything. And it was just a break. And she was like, okay. Come on. Here go the tissues. Come on, let it out. Come on. Let it go.
Like you need a hug. Let me hold you.
She was hugging me. And I was just like, I don't want to start. And then it.
The water race. That's all when we say we don't want to start. That's when the water race start flowing.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to talk about it no more. And then it went.
Like this is a safe space. I like to create a safe space for my clients.
It really is a safe space.
No judgment. Yeah. Oh, my hair look a mess. That's why you here. Yeah. Let's find a solution. Let's work it out. What we gonna do? Yeah. But you gotta help me help you. Yeah. Yeah. You can't come in every 7 weeks, have me fixing shit, and you go home for 7 weeks and mess it up and come back again and expect me no. And I don't. Once again, I don't care how much I can charge you. I don't care nothing about that. Yeah. Because I could be at home on my couch. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it definitely is a safe space because I'm not even a crier like that. So you got to be like totally like there with me for me to even go there because she does. It's totally a safe space for real.
Yeah,
we talk about so much, and I was just sitting here thinking we don't even have a TV. We've been talking nonstop since since the parking lot. We walked in from the parking lot
and been going
since the parking lot. It's just a beautiful thing. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I feel so blessed to have that.
Aww.
You know, you want. I don't know about anybody else. I feel blessed to have that with you. So
Aww.
for sure.
Well, I'm blessed to have you. You know that our paths crossed.
Absolutely.
And here we are, almost 3 years later.
Almost 3. Can you believe that I have it on my calendar? I was like, when I was making my appointment for September, because you know, I stay books up because you know she be trying to travel on me and stuff, and that's fine because you know I know I need to share, and I'm okay with that. But you know, I keep my Houston appointments booked, and at least like 2 appointments in advance.
Yeah.
And so I was booking for September, and I was like, October is my 3-year anniversary. Like October 28th is my 3-year anniversary. So
dang, that happened so quick.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I remember my little hotel stay and my overnight stay.
Right. She came.
I remember that, and I was so nervous and what my hair was gonna look like. I was so happy, and my husband was like, "You are so happy. I've never seen you so happy." And I was like with my hair rather.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, "This is it." I said, "This is what I've been waiting for," and it was my expectation. You know, when it's that build of that expectation, and you're not sure what your hair gonna look like because I had let my relaxer grow out and. You know, all the things. I was just getting used to my natural hair, and I've never looked back. I'm so happy with my hair. I'm so happy with my locks, and
I'm so grateful to be a part of your journey, because this is what this is. I was talking to my client yesterday. She was like, "We've literally just watched my hair." That's what she was saying. Evolve, all the different stages. We started off with the twist, the micro lock twist, and this is where we are. Even with hers, we started off with the twist. Mm-hmm. And all the different phases and this, that, her scars and just everything else, you know.
Yes.
Like, it really is a journey. So whenever I tell people, I'm like, don't compare your journey to anybody else's. And that's with life, too.
Yeah.
You might not be in the same position as other people. It's okay.
Yep.
That's not your path, you know. So find what works for you. What don't work for you, leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta figure things out and just find a solution. Yeah. Find a solution, make it work. But I'm just so grateful to be especially when it comes to locks, because I know there's been some, you know, in the past negative stigmas, and I still hear women, "Oh, I'm not locking my hair. Oh, that just looks so bad. That just looks so ugly." Girl, but you walking around with this cheap wig on your head that you got from Temu with all the split ends. And someone's here rocking their natural beauty, their natural hair. You want to knock that? Like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. So to each his own. Everything is not for everybody, but that doesn't mean you should talk down and put somebody down just because they're doing something opposite of what you feel, what you believe, or don't believe in.
Right. And all of the different ways of how you could start your locks. Like I think I was listening to your post and you was like your favorite was like the twist. I think you said And just listening to people talk about that is not how you start a lock.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
What do they call it? Singlese twist. You don't start locks like that. And I was just like, they're not gonna lock. They're not gonna mature. And I'll just be sitting there looking at my head and I'll be like, yes, they are. That's how my locks were started. They're gonna all unravel. No, they are not. And I just be sitting there looking at all this stuff and I just be like, wow.
What people not telling you is what they're not doing at home. Yeah. Why is your hair unraveling?
Yeah.
Once again, why are you spraying your hair every day?
Yeah.
That'll unravel your hair.
Yeah.
You know, so you never know.
Yeah. And it's all of the things, you know, like like you said, it's the foundation and the establishment of the lock size, your grid, you know, all of these things that play into what could potentially, how it could potentially play out and what your locks could potentially look like. But like all the blanket statements on this is specifically how you have to start a lock. I was like, that is not true.
That is not true. At all.
That is not true.
Oh, don't it? And then the people who want extension, oh my God, you're not.
The whole extension thing.
You're not. You should take the natural journey. If I want to add extensions to my hair, that's my business.
That part.
Why are you bothered?
That part.
Why is that a thing for you? Why are you bothered?
Yeah.
Let people do what they want.
Let people do what they want.
And then you're not even paying for it. How dare you?
Yep.
You stay out my pockets.
Yep.
So I encourage, everything is just about things being done properly.
Yeah.
The foundation, all that, the extensions will break your hair, this will happen. No, it won't.
Yeah.
If it's done properly, the foundation is right, the parting size, everything, and you take care of your hair and all that type of stuff, you will have no issues.
Yeah.
None. Yeah.
And like she said, life is life, and life is gonna happen. You know, women, we gonna have hormonal stuff. You're gonna get older. It's just there. You're gonna have stress. You're gonna have those things. You know, even when you're taking care of your hair and doing all of the things that you're supposed to. But when you have a good loctician, like Ava, like I have, then you deal with them. Like in the instance of when I had in areas where my hair was thin, we had to combine some locks. This is what we gonna do, because what we not gonna do is have me out here looking like a chicken head with little strings hanging down, like trying to hold on to this little piece of hair. No, we're gonna go ahead and combine this lock, and we're gonna keep it moving until we can address what's going on, until the hair fills back in, you know, whatever the case may be. So I just think that you just have to partner with a good loctician, somebody who cares about the health of your hair. It's just so important. And to do your research. Please just do your research. Do your research.
I used to talk about that all the time.
Gosh, it is. But that's me. I think just naturally, just by my personality, I'm just not a quick decision maker. Especially with something like, to me, when it comes to like locks, that was like a lifestyle change. I took a lot of time to research and look and make sure what I wanted. So I just think you just have to make sure what you want, what you're getting into, asking questions, being honest about your hair. Like she was, I think the other thing that Ava was talking about too was, you know, your consultations. Like I know she does virtual consultations and she does in-person consultations. You know, virtually, you know, just being honest. If you have some spots, some thin spots, some thinning areas, some areas going on in your head, like don't be trying to hide that. Be honest about like what is going on with your head, so you can get an honest assessment about what needs to be done or what can be done.
Right.
So.
And to piggyback off of that, being honest to yourself about the state that your hair is in. I know we see people, they have all this long, luscious, flowy hair, this thick. If you know that's you have to be conscious that that's not your hair. So it's like you're fantasizing off of what you see.
Right.
And then I've had people get so disappointed when their hair don't turn out like that. But I'm like, but ma'am, you don't have the same hair texture. You don't have the same hair density. Nothing is the same. The hairline, the way it falls, things like that, all those play a part. So it's like you're fantasizing off of something instead of being realistic and looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing what you have going on.
Right.
You know, so I talk about that too. Keep that in mind. Be realistic. Be true to yourself. Be like, because it's your hair. You have to. This is attached to your body every day. You have to look at it. You have to be the one. So, and also going off of what she said about the consultations, I've had people be so dishonest. I'm like, it's not gonna stop you from, you know, being able to become a client. I just need to know what exactly is going on with you,
right?
Going on with your hair and all that type of stuff, because everybody can't have locks,
right?
You know, or if, like I said, once again, going to hormonal issues, things like that. If you have certain types of alopecia. Somebody else might do it, but I'll keep it honest with you. And if you decide to move forward, if you're able to, yes. If it's just a no for me, I'm just not gonna do it.
Wait a minute, what did she say? I have had to combine a lock or two, but thinning is my only concern at the crown. I love my hair down, but I will take your advice.
Okay.
The rosemary shampoo and trimming.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm back far from the phone, so I was trying to read, and I can't see. I got contacts, honey. I can't see, but we got it. We got it.
Girl, I'll be right there on the phone. I still couldn't read yesterday when I was online.
Yeah.
Stumbling on my words and stuff. Yeah. But yeah. So just take all those things into consideration.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you like that shampoo. That's what I use at home, and you know, just maintenance when I'm washing my hair. that stimulating hairspray, and I even bought myself a steamer.
Yeah, she did.
Because I'd be like, what's that right there? What's that right there? What product is that right there? And so I bought my hair steamer, and I really love my steamer when I wash my hair as well. I do the same thing. I'll spray my hair. I do what she does. I'll spray my hair, and then I'll put the little steamer on it, and then I'll wash it with those products.
Yeah, I don't gatekeep around here, but you got to be a client to get the perks.
Yeah, so
the extra perks.
Yeah, so hopefully I pray those things help you with your hair, and you don't have to cut your locks. It doesn't sound like that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
hope there's a solution. And like I said, if you're able to go see a dermatologist or your primary care doctor that can, probably try to advise you if they're, well versed in hair loss, like she said. So it's just a thing, y'all. It's so unfortunate. And as women, I know, well,
what?
I just have to figure out how to word this. But in most cases, as women, we take very great pride in our hair. Especially, well, I'll just speak from experience because most of my clients are Black women, have Black hair, African, whoever. So most of us do take pride in our hair. So taking care of it should be a priority.
Absolutely.
It should be a priority.
Absolutely.
It's not a flex to be, I ain't washed my hair in 4 months. I ain't did this. The sanitation. It's not sanitary. And granted, people used to do stuff back in the day and didn't have to do all these things. But the world is different. The foods are different. Nothing is the same. The air is different. So we can't be going off of practices from centuries ago versus now. Well, I've been eating that stuff since I was a kid. And okay, but now the chemicals that are getting put in the food or whatever the case may be, the formulas are not the same.
Yeah. So
you can't still
you
operate off that mindset.
You have got to wash your hair. I'm sorry. You have got to wash your hair. And then I think like I was telling you before, I think when I'm from North Carolina and I went home and my locks they was popping. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, she is me, I am her, I am that girl. I was feeling myself. My locks were so pretty. And and a lot of times people, especially when they get older, like I like getting my reties done, but I'm that girl. I like the frizz. I like when they about 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
So I like when they get like that. And so I was at home and some people had noticed my locks. They was like, oh, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Oh my God. All the things. I was like, thank you. And so one of the girls mentioned, she was like, I know. She was like, I love locks, but I like to wash my hair. And I was like, excuse me? And my husband looked at me and I said, what you saying? She was like, I like to wash my hair. And I was like, no. I said, no, that is a negative stigma that's tied to having locks. And I said, I wash my hair. I said, I wash my hair and I wash it often. And she was like, no, I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying that, I really have to wash my hair all the time. I said, no, you can wash your hair. I said, now there's a time frame when you first get your locks. You have to be careful about how you wash your hair when you initially get them, But I said, we're supposed to wash your hair. It's still hair. You're supposed to wash your hair. So I still think sometimes people have such a negative stigma or stereotyping when it comes to locks.
It's still hair. That's I'm like, all these specialty, this, that. It's still shampoo.
Yeah.
It's still conditioner. Your hair is still your hair. It's just in a different form. Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
So when people try to specify and create these specifications and all this type of stuff, create all these cults when it comes to hair, it's hair, y'all.
Yeah.
You don't have to wash your hair. No, I mean, the same shampoo I could use on my hair is the same shampoo she could use on hers. And my hair is natural. I got hair. My hair is natural.
You got a head full of hair.
She's naturally in her lock state. I'm naturally in my free natural state. It's the same thing. People create these narratives and people just run with it. It's just so much foolishness out there.
And they had the audacity for it to come out their mouth. Like, I like to wash my hair too much. I was like, huh?
You sound very dumb. That's for one. I'm sorry. I was trying to think of a different word.
No.
And like, especially when you're not well versed in something you don't know, or you're going off of what you heard or what you seen, and stuff like that. Like,
I was like, no.
Figure stuff out on your own first.
People with locks wash their hair. Trust me. Okay. What did she said? I'm one of those who does not like. I'm one of those who does not. Oh, like anyone touching my hair. It's more spiritual for me because it's my glory. Okay.
I agree.
Yep.
Somebody touch your hair.
Yeah. I don't be liking nobody to I don't be like nobody touch my hair either.
My client yesterday, she said she went somewhere. She wears wigs. I make these wigs for her. Mm-hmm. So she came in. I just normally like wash it, refresh it, and put it back on for her. So she was telling me about how some lady she was sewing. She said by the time she could turn around to even say anything, the lady had put her hand in her hair. Telling me, oh my God, your hair's so pretty. Yeah. And she was of a different, Mm-hmm. Stop touching people. That's personal space. That's no.
Girl, I almost fell over the table one year. I was at a work retreat, and it was my second year I had my locks. Like the first year I had it, they were smaller. So like the second year I came, girl, they had done grew out, and I think it was almost time, like the next week it was gonna be time for a retie, so it was looking real full. And so I had took and did my little plaits and undid it, so it was all crinkly. Girl, I went in there with my big locks to this work retreat. And so I walked up to do the little sign in, and the girl knew me. She was like, oh my God, I love the hair. And I was like, thank you. And then she was like, I said,
ma'am.
Girl, she had grabbed my hair. She had took her hands and did like this on my hair before I could. And my eyes was about this big. I was like, no,
it be the audacity. No, that's disrespectful audacity for me.
You got both hands in my hair? Girl.
And I don't know where your hands been with your little dirty, nasty hands. That's for anybody. I don't know where your hands been. You've been digging in your nose, your ass, anything.
Girl.
Don't
do that. Girl, I just was like, I looked at her and I was like, oh my God. I couldn't do nothing but walk off.
That's crazy.
I was like,
That's very disrespectful.
I said, oh my God.
Oh, I didn't know. No, I don't care who you are, what color you are. Don't do that.
Look at the hair. Love it. Girl, ooh.
6 feet. I missed that 6 feet stuff, y'all. That was the best thing ever.
That part.
The 6 feet rule.
Yes.
Doing, you know what?
Oh, the whole, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite waters. My Evermore.
Oh, Evermore.
Yeah, I get this one from H-E-B.
H-E-B, okay. Girl, we have an H-E-B by us now. I love it. I love it. Oh, be careful.
Girl, me all the time. I remember once I was doing, I didn't know you then. This was my first location. I was there for like 7 years. I was doing somebody's hair, and I think the product I used, I don't know if I gave her a trim or something, so my mat was kind of slippery. Y'all, both my legs just went, literally, both legs just went like this, and I landed on my ass. And I just sat there, because I'm just like, yo, grown man, what you doing falling, first of all? And I hadn't fallen in years, but it was so soft and just slow motion. There was no time to react. There was no time to do anything.
You said so soft.
I just, slow motion, slipped just like this, and landed right on my ass. They're like, you okay? We just all bust out laughing. I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I will never forget that. That was funny.
That is hilarious.
That was too funny. So, yeah.
Yeah, don't be touching people's hair. I was just like,
don't be touching people's hair.
Don't do that.
I'm going to cut this one off because...
Oh, that's the one you combine?
Yeah, so it won't be heavy.
Okay.
Because the hair is growing back, so I'm about to...
Okay. Girl, we going to put it in my little...
Yeah, we're going to save it.
We're going to save it in my little...
Show me your little bag. She got the cutest little bag that she...
Girl, this is my little bag. I had, I had two little locks that came out over time. And so We're gonna add it to this bag. This is one that she had combined.
Hey, new subscriber here. Thank you so much for subscribing. There was a comment, the paragraph above that one.
Oh yeah, that happened
Myra.
to me. Oh
yeah, that one.
That happened. Yep, that happened to me walking down the street and a man came behind me, pulled my hair, and said, "Your hair is so beautiful." I was like, "Yo, don't touch my hair." And honestly, after that,
not yo. I mean, not that part. I meant to say, not he pulled your hair.
Yeah, he pulled her hair.
What?
Oh my gosh! And she said after that, and honestly, after that, her hair started thinning.
Ooh.
Oh.
They say energies transfer.
Oh wow.
That's another thing too. Energies do transfer. I think that's why there's something with like people, certain pregnant women don't like people touching their bellies or something. And then you never know who wishing bad on you and things like that. So I have heard that before. For the people who tap into things like that. Like that stuff is real. Dang, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is horrible.
That is.
So in that area, so on the spot, like where it's growing back in, we can probably, when that kind of fill back in, maybe we can add it back there.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me. Oh, that was perfect too. It's perfect actually right now. Yeah, we did that. We call that a successful merge. When you connect both of them and then they start locking together, I always pick the healthier one, the one that is the strongest, and I cut off the weaker one that's attached. They call them double-headed dragons too sometimes. But yeah, we does this around here.
Yes.
We does this. But anyway, how long we been on here?
Girl, I know at least what, an
hour and something.
We're gonna be an hour and a half now.
But it's been so nice talking to y'all. I hope we gave y'all some insight, because I just felt like she had a lot of great information, because as a hairstylist, I can only do so much, only know so much. And that's why I send my clients off to dermatologists or doctors, because we can only do so much, you know. We can only work small miracles, you know. But when it comes to the bigger things, we're not experts. That's not our field. So we do have to refer y'all out, you know, to doctors and specialists and all that type of stuff or whatnot. So she just came in with some good insights. So I was like, okay, let's go ahead and share, because the topic has been coming up with hormones and everything like that a lot lately. So I just wanted to get on here. This is my first live, well, maybe second at the salon. But this is the first in-depth one. I usually do these on my business page. I was like, let's go live on YouTube. So y'all can kind of, you know, see the other side of me and what I do and my specialty and everything like that. So yeah, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much to all my new subs. I appreciate y'all, all the continued love, the continued support. Even for my business. I know some of my friends and clients are on here, so I love y'all so much. So
Love
much.
y'all.
What'd she say?
She said, "Hey, Ava and your client, thank you for the education, the engagement, and I'm already a subscriber. Do more lives, please."
Oh, okay.
We enjoyed you, Myra. Thank you for
we
interacting
did.
with us.
Yes, thank you. And I hope our advice helps you for sure.
Yes.
Good luck on your journey.
Yes, you have to let us know if those things are helping you, and after you get your trim and start using your products, how everything's going for you. We'd love to hear.
I actually created another YouTube channel for my hair stuff, but I was actually thinking I was like, you know what? I could probably just go ahead and start posting like I did before, because my old channel I had hair videos as well. It was like different stuff, the vlogs, the hair videos, cooking videos, and all that type of stuff. So I'll probably just go ahead and just create playlists so I could keep everything here. Instead of like having to start fresh with building a whole new channel. So yeah, I'll give y'all, this is my life. Welcome to Ava's world. You know, how you doing? So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that instead of, I always used to try to separate the two. I've never been that person that posts a lot of personal stuff on my business page. I've always tried to keep those separate, because I'm just like, away from work, I want to have my personal life. Even certain clients I don't allow to follow me. You know, I don't put out my personal information. If they find me, cool. If not, whatever. Right. But now I'm just like, you know what? Okay, let's try something different. Let's do, so that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah.
Sounds good. I like that.
Yeah. Ooh, child. It's hard out here for a pimp. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get off of here because I'll be talking. She got to get her we got to get her back to Dallas.
Yes, I got to get back on the road.
So let me go ahead and finish. I usually move much faster on this side for some reason. Okay, you bomb. Thank you so much, Myra. Thank you so much.
You too, Myra. You have a wonderful Saturday as well.
Yes, y'all have a great weekend. I know it's a holiday weekend, so whatever y'all end up doing, stay safe.
Stay safe. Enjoy your family and friends.
Yes, please do.
And thank you to all the men and women. Thank you for your service, and for the ones that family members that may have lost their lives. Mm-hmm. We thank you. We thank y'all for your service.
Oh yeah, it is. I be trying to keep up with the holidays.
Yeah, the Memorial Day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And thank you for everybody else who chimed in with the live, who interacted with us. Thank you so much. And we will see y'all on the next one.
Yes.
So now you gotta start. Every time you come, we gotta go live on you.
We gotta go live. Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure y'all check out all my new vlogs that I've posted. I will have some coming up as well. And like I said, I'll start shooting the hair videos and posting them on here. So stay tuned for those as well. Bye, y'all.
Bye.